Alright. So, after valiantly fighting off the hags, killing them, getting rid of their bodies, mixing it in a stew and eating their remains, you decided to do a
No.
little bit of research into what was going to be. What are the hags up to? Is the simplest way, is what you were trying to figure out. To combine effort, you did find out. You found out that the threat of the Baba Yaga looms over all of Sword Coast, I guess would be the applicable name for this. After learning this information, collecting some wares, you sconded off with it all, headed to the Unicorn Banner Inn, and they offered to just bring you home without needing to travel. With one request, guard over the gems that seem to affect the tower in some odd ways. Not wanting that kinds of magic near the forest, you became the guardians of those gems, and you teleported back home. And upon doing so, you decided the best thing to do was head to a pub and drink your worries away. And that's where we are continuing off of, as you go and make up for lost time, meeting up with old friends, and just getting reacquainted with the city that you've been away for a month. What do you guys want to do?
Good question.
You were in the middle of hanging out with Rainier upstairs.
Alright. Don't everyone talk at once, you guys.
Well, I was just sitting there with
To be
you
fair,
guys, like...
the Warforged is a little awkward setting. I mean, I don't know if there was any conversations you want to have with Rainier or not. He did lean in yours and Celeste's ears to warn you.
Yeah, watch out for double agents or something. I don't remember. Well, with
The warning was, watch out, the enemies are afoot, is basically what you're saying.
Alright. I guess honestly Snakebite has no further reason to really continue talking to this guy, so he just head back downstairs and order himself a drink.
Okay, fair enough. You're able to do that without issue.
If we have no further business at Troll Skull, then we should probably head back to not Troll Skull. We're at the Awning Portal at the moment.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you guys want to go home, you can go home. That's... Yeah. So you guys want to head home?
Go ahead, Colin. Colin was trying to say something, but we all kind of cut him off. And he's muted.
Wait. So, I wasn't here last session.
Yeah, no, you are currently not in the scene.
Hey, Foundries! I'm in Foundry!
Bravo. But yeah, it's you guys can do what you want. Like, there's no time limit.
I suppose the first order of business Snakebite would be about is firstly reporting the... Who gave us this quest? Was it Silverhand?
Yep. Ariel Silverhand was the one who asked you to go figure out what's going on. Was a combination of what's the corruption happening, our friends of the Emerald Enclave are concerned. Also, what's going on? Why is there this item resonating with something inside the forest?
I guess Snakebite would first things first want to go check in with Troll Skull just to see how everything's going on there. If the kiddos were behaving while we were gone.
Yeah. So you head over. Do you bring Arbor with you?
Does Arbor want to come with us to Troll Skull, or?
I am tasked to keep with you.
Very well then.
Alright, so you head back to the Troll Skull. It's not too long. It's a little bit of a different kind of walk because with the winter in full swing, there's a bit more snow on the ground. You know, they've cleared the way for the carts and stuff, and for the most part, they're doing their best to keep the streets cleared, but there's no snowblowers in this time period. So it's a bit of an extra walk there, not too much, but it takes a little bit extra effort. But eventually you make it back to Troll Skull Tavern, where you see not only the kids in, warmer gear, but you also see that they are playing with what looks to be a smaller creature, a familiar white furred with blue tips? No, or was it black fur with blue tips?
It was black fur with blue tips.
Okay, black fur with blue-tipped fox. And as you approach, they look towards you, and two of them scream, "Snake bites!" and they all run into you to give you a hug.
Snakebite will, again, still a little awkward, but he's starting to get more used to being hugged now. He just like pats him on the back. Ah, well, hello. I trust you all have behaving during while I was gone.
Yes, and we kept up with the lessons you were teaching us every morning.
Impressive. Very nice. Would
Very.
you like to show me a thing or two?
Okay, let's go get the training swords, and they're gonna run inside to grab their training swords.
Alright. Hello, friendy.
Welcome in, Threndy.
No, there.
We only recently started. You guys left the Yawning Portal to head back to the Troll Skull Tavern.
Okay.
In doing so, you see the kids playing with a familiar fox in the little entryway.
Aha.
Yeah, but while they're up getting like their stuff, Snakebite sort of looks towards Sapphire and he goes, "I didn't know you were good with kids."
Sapphire just kind of stares at you in fox form and then turns her head in the opposite direction.
Huh? So just
I'm just probably gonna chill in fox form.
alright.
Giving you a little sass when she does that though too.
Snakebite just looks a little confused, like, "Okay, sorry."
The kids don't take too long to get their training swords, and they pull out and they start to go over a little bit of what they were doing lessons, doing a bit of a mock battle. And let's see how well they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Squidly seems to be doing really, really well with their form. They seem to be keeping with the sword. You see that Jenks, though, he's struggling a little bit more and doesn't seem to like. You see that he's trying, but he still seems to slip up with his footing a good number of times, and he doesn't hold it quite right. But they both look like they're having fun, nonetheless.
Alright. Yeah, Snakebite sort of like gives him like the downwards head nod of approval. He goes, "Very nice. Very impressive."
Very demure.
God damn it.
Snakebite, what is demure?
Demure, it means I don't even know what that means. I
So-
just hear people throw that shit, throw it around.
cutesy. I don't even know what it means. I'm gonna be honest.
It
I don't think a lot of people
it's a
know.
meme that's really stupid, but I couldn't resist. But yeah, they all just like smile and like they seem to be having fun in the snow.
All right.
Tara, do you linger in the Yana portal before heading back to the tavern?
I think that's pretty likely.
So while you're there, you do notice that sitting at a table near the bar looks to be a well put together individual. Somebody with, more I would not noble, but like we'll say like merchant level clothing, like it's a little bit nicer put together coat, trench coat kind of coat style, like old school long coat.
Yeah,
Uh
it's fine clothing.
yeah, fine coat. His hair is tied up in a bun. Seems to be has reading glasses on as he seems to be reading the newsletter. But he seems to be relaxing, sipping what looks to be steamed tea or something, as it's not alcohol look and color. But as you
Yep.
pass by, he seems to notice you, and he said, "It's a wonderful day outside, ain't it?"
It's quite the wonderful day in Waterdeep. It is.
And how are you enjoying the weather of late?
Mm, well, I'm enjoying it in the city significantly more than I was during my travels. I guess the weather itself wasn't bad. Just more the
Ah, you're one of the
company.
adventurers. Oh, this is the tavern for adventurers. Come sit if you wish to. Speak your mind a bit. Let those worries drown out a bit. I'm a good listener.
I don't mind if I do. Tara will pop herself down. Oh,
Alright. The above table, apparently the new interception fighting style is broken, so I'll have to do that
Uh,
manually.
Tara will, since she's been invited to
And that's okay,
unburden
yeah,
herself,
Snakebite.
Tara will mention. So actually, as it happens, the last job that I went on turns out to have been a bit of a sham.
Oh, those are quite.
Or well,
That could be.
I suppose it turned out to be for a little while. I guess really the context of the job was accurate, but we were taken for a bit of a ride upon arrival. I think that's the more accurate way to put it.
I see. Well, you survived nonetheless, and it sounds like you have a good group of friends to accompany.
I do at that.
I have to ask, what kind of adventurer are you? Are you one of those looking for loot, looking for money, looking for some kind of daring escapade, the thrill, the adrenaline? Or are you one of those more uh, adventurers who seem to be born into it with a sense of duty? Like those holy warriors that go about saying that in their name of their god, kin, or whatever they find worthy of submitting to.
Actually, at the moment, I'm a bit on assignment. My mentor is part of this adventuring group. I mean, if I'm honest, I'm kind of just along for the ride.
I see. And are you joining yourself?
Tremendously, as it happens.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna sail tales of your escapades here in no time then.
I do hope so.
Well, thank you for giving this old gentleman a nice little chat.
She'll reach over and pat his hand. You are ever so welcome, my friend. I do have to be going.
Well, have a good rest of your day, and perhaps we'll see each other again.
I hope we do. And Tara will hop up and wander off after everybody else.
All right, and you head back, and we resume with everybody at the tavern.
The kiddos were finished with their demonstration of their skills. Snakebite would have had them pull themselves inside him, and had the guys running the kitchen fix them up a cup of hot chocolate.
Okay. The tavern seems to be quite cozy. As you hear them talk about preparing for the festival that's going to be happening tomorrow.
Mhm.
Someone remind me, what kind of festival is this? What festival is this?
Well, it's going to be the first of. Let me look. So make sure I get this right. It's the midwinter. That's why. Which is the Dead Winter Day.
What's that? That basically Christmas, or is that something else?
Da, 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 da. Or did we already experience that? I might be. No, okay. It's literally just it's just a festival of the winter, like. It's a festival to mark the midpoint of winter, basically. It's just, you know, quite simple. That's all.
Alright.
So it's nothing too special. It's just everyone just celebrate in the middle of winter.
Alright, cool. Cool, good.
Are we sure that's
No.
not? It's just not an excuse to get drunk.
Isn't ever.
Uh,
Snakebite pauses and goes, and then looks at Celeste and says, "Let's be 100% honest with ourselves here for a second. What do you think the answer is?"
I mean, it's going to be the
Any
coldest
holiday.
nights. It's going to be one of the coldest nights of winter. Why not warm yourself with a drink by the hearth with a companion?
Any holiday.
Kelso
is an excuse
leans
to get
forward.
Drunk. You're around here, you should know that.
Kelso leans forward and speaks. Forgive me. I understand that you are, the owners of this establishment, but should you not be joyous of that a factor? Means more business for us.
Yes, it does. I mean, I'm usually just not the celebrate. I'm just usually. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not exactly the celebratory type, and well, sell is just sell. Well, Celeste is just.
Never
Celeste.
been much of a reveler myself. Always stuck in the scholars. And Silvery Moon holidays are, say, a little bit more elegant. Everywhere else comes with years upon years of perfecting a tradition and whatnot. But I will agree, the increased traffic of those wanting a drink by the hearth will do good.
Not much of a celebrant. Snakebite, what'd your mother say?
Every day she is baffled that I am her son.
Well, and Kelso speaks up. I mean, who doesn't like to hear the stories of little jalapeno running around? She spoke at the tavern while you were gone. She shared many stories about you and as a child.
God, I think
Has she?
Snakebite sort of just visit. He's like, he's desperately trying to remain. Can I roll a deception check to see like how stoic and unfazed I remain
Sure.
with this?
Sure, I'll let you do that.
To see what my poker face is. All right, pretty good.
In this moment, yeah.
Eggman's just, you see him just raise like a single eyebrow. He goes, "Oh, really?"
Yes, in fact, her and your father came by to celebrate. Either it was a date or a celebration of some sort. I don't know, but they decided to come here. Unfortunately, you were obviously away, and we had to let them know. But yes, they've been quite regulars of late. Even your sister has dropped by a few times.
Oh, really? How's he been doing?
Uh, quite spry, that one. I never see them be able to sit down. They're in and out quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like her. Just could never keep her damn still for longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Though, definitely, the only time she does stick around is if the conversation has to do with anything of dragons. So I think that's the only time where you actually see how she stops talking and listens.
Shakebite nods with understanding. He goes, yeah, she's taken a recent fascination with the for lack of better term, great ancestors, for lack of better wording, I guess.
Well, I guess she looks up to her big brother.
He sort of just like tilts his head.
Well, anyways, I have matters to tend to with the tavern, but it was good catching up with you. And Kelso will like hop off the step stool and head back, do some more stuff.
Curiosity, can I insight Snakebite's deception?
If I will say passively, you don't pick up on it. Like, do you think Harbor has a reason to question how Snakebite's acting?
Well, I mean, the way Snakebite was kind of hesitant.
Fair enough. I'll allow the insight then. There was hesitation there, so.
Oh, you see like
can't pass the lovely wizard sorry, the robots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, as you sort of like look him over during that conversation when he mentioned, oh hey, his mom shows up and has been telling stories. There is silent like panic and dread written on his face, in his eyes.
Harper's quiet, but to Snakebite, Harper's just staring at you intently.
After at some point he catches your eye and he's sort of just like, hello, can I help you?
You were worried. Hesitation. Speaking about
I don't
your
know what you're talking
mother.
about. I was fine.
Arbor just
I don't know
leans
what
in
you're talking about.
closer.
I was fine.
Arbor just leans in closer. Is like.
He sort of like leans back a little bit as you like start trying to encroach on this bubble.
Personal bubble
I don't know what. Yes,
Arbor
very much breached. Please step back.
We must bring you to your mother to work out these issues.
No. I think we're fine. There. There are no issues here. It's fine.
Hesitation. Noted.
There's no hesitation. There are no issues here. Everything is fine.
As Snakebite says that he doesn't need to be brought to his mother, and then says there's no hesitation both times. a big red X appears above his head with a blaring nah sound along with it.
The kids are gonna chuckle and giggle
Snakebite
from
sort of
that.
just like Snakebite sort of just like looks up at it, like tries to like swat it away, and they have to realize like it's an illusion. He just glares at Tara.
Don't look at me. You're the one who's lying.
It's not lying. There are no problems. Everything is fine.
Nah.
Another one of the halflings comes by. Oh, a message was left by Farah. I didn't want to break the seal, but here, they said to give it back to you guys when you came back. It's something to do with the progress report of something they're working on.
Very well.
No, do tell.
Look,
Does one of us
Snakebite,
have
a distraction.
Does one of us have a letter opener?
Arbor like pulls like shifts his arm and it pulls up the sickle.
Give me a moment. As
I was gonna say,
Celeste-
Snakebite sort of just like reaches to draw his broadsword as he goes.
I like how the dragon with the dragon claws are like sword.
Celeste will go into her backpack and fish out. It's basically the size of a switchblade.
Okay.
A little bit smaller. This is what I was referring to. As Celeste will use it to sort of cut open the letter and
Yeah.
or cut open the envelope to
Looks
see.
a little small for a letter opener.
Well, it's a letter opener.
I mean, on the other hand, I was simply relieved you didn't try to draw
Looks a
Azra.
little small.
Do I look like I can wield an axe? Anyway, what's the letter say?
Big Jew was referring to me.
Correct.
The for the most part, it's just wishing you guys well, saying that they miss you guys, things that I think Pybo would say. Like it's filled with where Pybo says wants to fill it in for that regards, but the important thing that's filled is just an update about
Update regarding.
Sorry. Update about the drow situation with the brigade. That are saying that the trail has gone quiet. They seem to have withdrawn for now. Still searching for potential evidence, but currently there is none that leads back to where they are currently. Be cautious though. They still might strike.
Yeah, at the very least, most of our problems have gone into hiding. Or if I may put it more simply, Snakebite, you are
God damn it.
You're no longer in threat of poisoned bullets.
Oh, I guess since they would have this knowledge, they would also say that the
Figures the same time I get something.
sorry. It'd also note that the money has fully been transferred and slowly has been distributed back into the economy.
Yay!
Forgot that would be in the update too, so my apologies.
Mission accomplished there.
Upon seeing like the little jalapeno like comment at the bottom of the letter, Snakebuster just like glares and sighs. Always a smart ass till the end, I see.
Yeah,
Snakebite, do you take
jalapeno.
Snakebite? Do you take the letter to read it? Read it that part.
Oh God. That's a very
Celeste will-
specific
Celeste will
question. I feel like I would
Celeste
have
will
been.
say back at Snakebite's side, what? Would you rather we start calling you the big habanero?
I have a name for a reason. I'd prefer it to be used that way. But yeah, to answer your question, Lynx, Snakebite would have been like sort of looking over Celeste's shoulder as she was reading.
Okay.
It. he wouldn't have like grabbed the letter. He wouldn't have snatched the letter from her.
Okay, just this wondering, cause like, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting the sinking sense that there's a trigger that would have happened if I touched it.
No, it just sounded like you don't want people to see the hell tearing apart. That's all. No,
Yeah.
because yeah, it just depends if you also want to read it or not. You know, pass it around kind of thing. All right. What are you guys gonna be doing?
Yeah, I would have been looking it over and her shoulder.
All right. What do you guys want to do for today? You guys have, I mean, obviously, Sapphire still hasn't really been introduced to the tavern yet. I guess she's still chilling outside.
Honestly, I would have probably followed the kids back in and sat with them.
Okay, as a fox or as a person?
Yeah, as a fox.
Okay,
as a
so yeah,
fox.
there's just a fox at a table. You know, that's not a weird thing in this. The owl was a thing for Whistle, so I'm gonna say animals are allowed to a degree.
I was gonna say,
In
that's
this
probably
tavern
the
where we
least weird. That's probably the least weird thing.
I mean,
yeah, in this
anything
tavern where we have
but-
Squeak and we have Nimbus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
now
mean-
there's Ada too. So honestly, you're good.
Go ahead, Darkness.
I mean, if anything, she was probably gonna play with the kids or just lay where they are, chilling at.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just in her fox form because I'm pretty sure the kids might be scared if she randomly turned into a person.
Either that or the kids are gonna be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
you're much cooler than Snakebite."
Honestly, that's probably the. Wow. Shots fired. Okay.
So,
Okay. Everyone's taking shots at me. Even God's taking shots at Snakebite.
Tara,
Hmm? Yes? Sorry, I was busy thinking about our big habanero.
well, I find
There's like a little like flick on your forehead, on like the
I
back of your
find
head.
myself relieved of that little ring, that walking museum that was
Oh,
accompanying us.
really?
It was on loan, to be fair.
From
Now that
whom?
I'm back within the city limits, I have
Or is this
returned
a
it to
private
its rightful
conversation?
owner, and
Ah.
it is not.
No longer such a burden on your magical resources?
I am not, which circles back to my question. Do you still wish to pursue your soothsaying training?
I actually need to take a glance at my attuned items again, just to make sure I'm not going over something dumb like that. Wow, it's actually really not on my inventory, is it? Okay.
Oh, did you never re-add it?
Add the deck of oracles.
No, the foundry sheet doesn't bother to list your attuned items.
Oh,
One more of the less than fantastic ways that's expressed. But it did remind me to load my D&D sheet, my Beyond sheet, so I'll just do that real quick. Inventory.
okay. Now
There's deck. Okay.
that's fine.
I mean, I've been enjoying studying with the deck as it's been.
I thought I would merely ask.
It
Who
is.
knows? Leaving myself available, leaving another part of my soul available for an item might prove advantageous.
And if circumstances were to change, I can always give it back.
Yeah,
Precisely.
because you currently have the key, right?
Passkey and archive.
Yeah.
That is all I wanted to inquire.
Oh, well, I will certainly let you know if I decide to take my studies in another direction.
Well, that's just one facet of studies, which leads us to another thing.
I was afraid of that.
Well, now obviously I have a personal goal. We all have personal goals, but the primary goal is informing the informing Lady Silverhand and the Blackstaff regarding our findings at the gemstones.
Ooh, that would be wise.
Well, obviously informing them about
Gems, yeah.
the surfacing of the cult of the grandmother, let's call them.
Mm-hmm.
The gems relating to Lum the Mad's infernal machine. That's potentially very critical information. Especially given Lum's
And
accomplishments.
could you remind me again when we got those?
Do you remember that tower where we managed to it went from collapsed to upright with a simple press of a button?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yes, the unicorn gave us those gemstones.
What, the ones that powered the ability to collapse and reconstruct itself?
Yes. Because chronomancy is very, shall we say, foreboding.
The word I was about to say was weird, but yeah, that works too.
Regardless, it's something to inform
Well,
the
that
Black
and
Staff.
also highly illegal, but continue.
Well, it is something to inform the Black Staff about, and Lady Silverhand, because the piece they got may relate to what machinery was found within the Feywild, which might lead into somewhere else.
Okay, and what exactly would knowing that accomplish?
Well, it would put a very, let's say, influential piece of machinery, magic, what have you, a very important power in the hands of the good people. Versus, the cult of Cyric, the followers of a dead god, let's say, wanting to reverse time to resurrect their deity, that sort of thing.
Like, but sort of just
I mean, if you find
does that
if you do
Ed
not
tilt
find
thing
this
where you go,
press,
yeah, fair point.
if you do not find this pressing, Snakebite, by all means, relax here. We all earn a break every once in a while. It's just, I wish to go to the Black Staff not only to inform her of these discoveries and, of course, contact Lady Silverhand, but also to see if I could, perchance, maybe get her reservoir of inks so I can scribe a few spells of my own.
Out of above table, we found one of the.
While we're at it, we can.
So, just because you were tasked by the Silver Hand because there was the Emerald Enclave saying corruption was happening, we need help, as well as something was resonating in the forest that they need you to go figure it out. That's the two requests that were made.
Alright, so. And assuming the chronomancy thing is the thing resonating within the forest, then I think we got both of our objectives. Correct me if I'm wrong. Above table.
From all things that you were given, you think that you completed the task, yes.
We've dealt with the corruption and the potential disturbance. Because I know one of Lady Silverhand's agents called us in and presented us with a piece of machinery they found.
Yes, they said that they found a odd thing that, like, it was like a panel.
Well, I say we finish our drinks, then we go and report our findings. And while we're at the Blackstaff's place, while we're at the Blackstaff's place, we can also return her summoning ring
We still have that.
with the unicorn stored inside of it. I don't recall anybody ever going to give it back.
Yeah, no.
Since we didn't need it, and I guess it kind of just slipped our minds in the heat of everything.
I mean, considering how bamboozled we were,
Yeah, this thought the unicorn worked.
either way, give me a chance to find the other spell book. Which one had Tiny Hat again?
Oh, the wizard spellbook? Or, I mean,
Yeah,
not
'cause
the
there's,
wizard,
like,
the...
There was 2 spell books before. One was an orc, one was something else.
I can't remember the second one. I know the orc. I can't remember the other one.
The other was a ritual book.
Oh.
But I forget where we got it from.
Yeah, it's in my notes somewhere, but I have to
You
find.
guys do that. I'm gonna take a second to get. I guess while Celeste is going to look for that, I guess Snakebite will call over to Sapphire and go, "Hey, do you want me to like show you show you around, show you where your room is and everything?"
Sapphire looks at him and just nods as she slowly walks over in her fox form.
I like how you guys are not even questioning that Sapphire is
Alright.
here.
She's Fae. She has access to Fae nonsense.
That was actually.
Well,
You just guys
Okay,
accept.
yeah, I was
No,
gonna say, funny you
kudos to
mentioned
you
it.
guys,
I
but
was
you just
about-
accepted this fox you randomly met in the forest has popped up near your place and was like, yeah.
Honestly, that's probably the least. Honestly, that's probably the least weird thing we've run into this entire campaign.
No, kudos to you guys. It's just I couldn't help but think it was funny. So yeah.
We're dealing with Elder Brain Dragons. I think this is the not exactly high on our priorities. But yeah, funny you mentioned that. Once they're upstairs and he's like showing you around, and he goes like, "Okay, this is where you sleep." He's like, "I am curious how you even got here in the first place."
I can't communicate in fox form. Unknown.
And you can with your tail,
Oh, that's true.
but I don't
I'll
think he
technically have
knows
3
how.
of
I
them.
don't know. He doesn't speak Kitsune, so.
No, technically she has 3 tails.
Tsune.
So I mean, she could just kind of do like put down one of her tails and make like a little shrug arms with her 2 tails.
I
at
mean, you
least.
could totally do that. You could mime sit. I will like that's
could try it.
100%. No, you.
Are you? Is Sapphire the only one that you're showing to a room?
well, I mean, wait, did we ever assign Tara a room?
Nope.
Or
She came in,
She-
and
she
soon
couldn't
after
sleep
you were
on the
sent
couch.
out. Yeah, you guys got sent out pretty
I mean,
much.
you also have Arbor.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's right.
you have 3 people,
Oh
and
yeah, Arbor.
extend
Well, I
disbelief.
guess-
There's enough rooms for everybody. As you've been gone for a month, some extra renovations have been happening to accommodate for the extra rooms that you guys ordered for your Bastion stuff. Which, fun fact,
Yes.
I don't think it's in the player handbook, so it might be a DMG thing. I don't know, but we're still running with the Bastion 6. It's cool.
It is a DMG thing.
Yeah.
It is a DMG thing. It was a DMG playtest, but blah, blah. Besides the point. Snakebite would be showing like, oh yeah, Tara, you don't have a room either, do you?
No, I rather don't. And if I'm not going to be staying at the college, I'd rather like one.
To be fair, I also haven't had
I
a room
mean,
for the longest
unless
time,
you
but
really want-
crashing by the hearth has always been nice.
Yeah. You realize that the
I mean, there's
building's
some
expanded a bit.
available.
There's like an off section.
Yeah, the building's expanded, but
Yeah. that kind of bridges over into another building that was also like unused. So now you have basically an extra area.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess Snakebite would like show you guys over there. He goes, y'all can stay over here if you want. You guys can have these rooms. And, Sapphire, are you planning to stick around in your animal form forever, or do you... Because we do have the kiddos, because the kiddos that you are playing with, they do live here. I think it'd be a bit weird if they randomly find like a grown woman with 3 tails wandering around one day. To a fox friend.
Is that stranger than a walking suit of
Might
armor?
have to
or-
spill the beans on that at least once.
She stares at you, and she kind of like puts her head in a motion of a sigh. And she's just like, her little head is just like a sigh motion and a tilt, as if, like she doesn't want to shift.
To be
But
fair,
I'm not forcing you right now.
between Vera, Whistle, myself, and your other compatriots, would it really disturb the children that much? They seem surrounded by magic. Or at least magically capable.
I guess that's a fair
individuals.
point, yes.
Tara steps over to
I
Arbor
guess
and
it's a
just
fair
like
point, yes.
gestures at Arbor in general.
Oh,
To be fair, he's new.
I forgot.
He's not.
Alright, okay. Sorry, continue. There's something I'll
I'm
have to
talking
do.
in terms of children. In terms of the children, I don't believe they've interacted with Arbor, and they certainly haven't interacted with Sapphire outside of her quadrupedal form.
Right, well, my point is, they're already familiar with a man possessed of horns, dragon scales, and sometimes wings. Where they're going to be in direct proximity to a walking suit of wooden armor. A lady with some tails hardly seems the strangest thing they'd be exposed to.
If you are worried if I might scare the children.
No, you're not entirely.
Also,
you're not entirely wrong, I suppose.
Are you not having difficulty understanding what she's saying?
No, I don't speak fox, kiddo.
I do.
you do?
I believe I might be
Wait,
able
what
to
the fuck you
translate.
do?
Wait, you do?
I'm gonna
Wait, you do?
I'm gonna create a telepathic link with Sapphire and just tell her, just tell me what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can choose to play along if you want, or you could just do what you want
I
with
mean, yeah.
this.
I'll tell Tara, let Snakebite know that I will eventually show the children, but not right now. And we can do it in front of them. Like, I'll just kind of scratch at his legs when I want to shift and show the children. If you can tell them that for me.
Yeah, are you completely silent, or do you box?
I'm talking to Tara telepathic link.
Okay. So everyone else, you just see a fox staring at
Are they
Terra.
just, like, staring at each other?
Yep.
Yeah.
Telepathic link, possibly.
The
I already say that.
While the fox is staring at Tara, Tara's just like nodding and like rubbing at her chin a little bit, and I understand. Okay. So sorry, it took me a little while to sort of go back over the things that she was trying to say earlier. What she was attempting to communicate was that she does intend to reveal herself to the children, but on her own timetable, and when she's ready to do so, she's going to paw at your ankle.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
But I just stare at Snakebite, shaking my head up and down.
Apologies. She's just like nodding. He goes,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't mean to pressure you or try to rush you. I mean, I am sorry if I came off that way.
Tara interjects
Okay,
and she
whatever.
bobs her head. She's saying yes.
What the
So as you guys are conversating, coming down the hallway is a large, bulking half-orc. with a mohawk hair, with what looks to be a handprint on his face. And it looks like he's wearing like basic pants, but no shoes, no shirt on. And there's a bit of moisture on him. It looks like he just came out from
Hey,
a bathroom.
Oh,
And he has like big
Hey,
toothy tusks.
Well, yeah, certainly no.
hey,
Oh, forgive me.
can we
I
help
didn't
you?
realize others were. Me and the others. We've been acquainted to this place a bit. Wait. Red scales,
Others?
suit of armor. Ah, you're the one who hired us.
Arbor like looks at Snakebite.
Who?
When you
What?
you
Huh?
said you were hiring some guards for the tavern. Did you not? Was it not you who sent out that notice? Above table Bastion, remember?
Basti,
Ah.
yeah. Oh, right, that.
Yeah, you picked
Oh, yeah, right,
the
that.
barracks.
Barracks, and I think, what's it called? Also, like a forge, the smithy, I believe, was the other one I picked. Can you correct me if
I
I'm
think
wrong?
so. I just know the barracks was one that would have people. So, but yes, me and a few others, heeded the call. We slowly trickled in throughout the weeks, but we've arrived.
Alrighty, good to know, good to know. We're grateful to have you here. He sort of like gives him like the little, he sort of stands like upright and sort of like pounds like his chest twice in like the salute kind of way.
He salutes back. Forgive me. Barunk reporting for duty, sir.
I'm sorry, what was that name again? Above table, I didn't quite make it
I
out.
taped it.
Baronk. Alright. Belmet Baronk. You can call me Snakebite, I guess.
Awesome. Thank you. Of course. Tally will be most excited to meet you too.
Who?
One of the other recruits.
Okay.
There was also
Not that I wouldn't.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Alara also is except oh I mistyped that. Alara is also one of the recruits. We've all been training and getting acquainted with this place, doing our best to keep it safe.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
If you excuse me, I need to
Things
get into more
have definitely been
proper
getting hectic
attire.
around here. Yes, I'm just busy showing our new guests around.
Of course. Well, welcome to the Chrome Skull Tavern, everybody. And he heads into another room.
Alright. So yeah, after that awkward situation, Snakebite will finish showing everybody to where their rooms are.
Must be exciting, Snakebite. having the ability to train people of all ages.
In truth, I never really pegged myself as much of a teacher myself.
I guess you'll have to learn.
Despite my so excellent people skills, I do not consider myself the teacher type.
Out of curiosity, what does Thinkbot like wear his rank from the city guard on him or more?
Pardon? Was that a question for me to answer or for Snakebite?
I'm asking Snakebite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Snakebite would usually have his rank sort of like on like his armor somewhere, and he's also got like the Grey Hand shield on him at pretty much all times too.
Arbor just like taps your rank and then taps the shield. You are High Commander, correct? High in the rank of commanding.
I wouldn't say high. I wouldn't consider myself too high up there on the chain of command.
I mean, you're captain of this unit. So
Yeah. It does have some authority. I just Snakebite wouldn't consider myself, considering who he's interacted with and the stuff that he's faced, he wouldn't consider himself like super duper high up there. High up enough to have his own little squad, but he wouldn't consider himself much higher than that.
You are high enough to have a squad.
I just realized that
Yes.
there's actually going to be 4 people that you recruited.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so Arbor's like, you're high enough to lead a squad, meaning you are high enough to teach this squad.
All right,
Just because
I have the other
yes,
person
but there's
now.
a commanding and teaching. Commanding and teaching Arbor are 2 very, very different skill sets. Anyone can tell someone else what to do. It takes someone built different to teach them how to do it.
Arbor like looks at himself.
Not that kind of built differently. Not that kind of built different.
Are you guys walking and talking, or are you just in the hallway?
I'm walking and talking.
Yeah, we'd I like to imagine we'd be walking and talking, like showing people, hey, here's where you sleep, this is where the bathroom is.
Okay, then you bump into somebody else. You bump into
Okay.
what looks to be a hold on, give me a second. I want to get the description proper. But in the what looks to be like the kitchen area. Sorry. Ah. What looks to be a should I just randomize it? Nah. What looks to be a white-scaled dragonborn with little flickers of silver within the white. with a bit more, with their nose having a bit more of a horn aspect, kind of like a rhino's horn, wearing ty- typical, at least hide leather, if hide armor. Looks to be in the kitchen making some food. As they turn to the and they go for an immediate salute, and in a female voice, you hear, "Ah, Sir Snakebites, you have returned."
Snakebite returns salute. He goes, "At ease. Yes, we have. And who might you be? And what are you doing in our...
Forgive
Oh,
me.
you're one of the new guys, aren't you?"
I'm Malaika Henver. You guys don't need me to spell that out, right?
Mine as well.
Yeah.
I mean, such an
It's
obvious name.
This is.
I'm making a joke.
Screw you too, buddy. Screw
As I
you
said,
too.
this is draconic. This is draconic names, dude.
If
If you think it's spelled that way, it generally isn't.
my friends call me Maya, though, for those who might have trouble with the draconic tongue. And you can
Believe-
see that she looks
It was
to
my
be,
first language, and I still can't pronounce my own name. So.
yeah, and she looks very excitable to see you. Yeah, you get 4 recruits for the barrack, so.
Yeah. Snakebite sort of just looks or whips around and glares at Tara as if to give you like the "don't even think about it" look.
But you guys are able to finish the tour. The gardens were sewn off. The forts. I can't remember everyone's decisions, but basically everyone's decisions were sewn off.
Yeah.
I know Celeste.
I think you
Garden
did
and
the library.
Yep.
Yeah, so you see that the library was
Yeah.
extended basically. The one library room got extended.
Yeah. I know Snakebite had a barracks and I believe a smithy. I could be wrong.
I think so. But basically, whatever your upgrades were, they're available. If you want to retcon it real quick until it's finite, it's okay. But yeah,
Alrighty.
you finish up the tour and everybody has their places to rest.
Yep. And after he's done showing everyone around, Snakebite would like take a moment to clean himself up, to get himself cleaned up before we get ready to go and report to the Lady Silverhand.
Arbor probably just doesn't. He doesn't really bother cleaning up. He probably just like remove some scuff marks here and there, but still covered in branches, moss, and all that.
Sapphire probably is gonna be in the main area, like the bar area, just waiting for everybody before you guys go.
Easily arrangeable.
Just sitting in her fox form still.
Now Celeste will be snooping around for that ritual book. Just
Yeah.
to have it in her bag alongside the hag book. Since Whistle isn't here, she doesn't necessarily need to study up on these.
You're able to do that. And if you guys are ready to move out, you guys can move out.
Before we step out,
Alright.
can I go up to Arbor and just kind of do like a jumping motion at his legs as I want, like, kind of signaling that I want him to pick me up in my fox form?
Sure.
She got short
Arbor-
legs.
Yeah, Arbor will do that.
Oh.
Let's go. Right. If she got short legs, she's not
But
gonna
yeah,
want to
after you're done with that, Snakebite would definitely want to check out the smithy after he's done messing around stuff.
Yeah, there is what looks to be a dwarf, long braided with multiple inlay, different rings throughout the beard, working at forge.
All right. Well, since Snakebite has definitely haven't been growing up with like the forge, will immediately start geeking out about like what the quality of the equipment and stuff that's there,
I mean,
determining if it's good quality stuff there.
because there was you were gone and unable to make any actual requests. It is
Alright.
the equipment and that's all.
You need more heavy armor.
You know, there's like some arrows and stuff like that. Because you guys were on, there's some horseshoes made so that they can make some money. You know, some basic weaponry like short swords, long swords, like nothing special, but you know the basics. Obviously in dwarven quality, but mechanically the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, after he's done with that, a Snakebite just checking in, and then Snakebite would head back down to the common area.
Okay.
And he's sort of just waiting for everybody to get finished.
You're able to do that.
I just see Arbor holding Sapphire.
I'll just kind of stare at the others.
Okay, so you guys head out.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys all head out
Yeah.
to Blackstaff or L'Oreal or both.
I suppose L'Oreal.
All right, so you head to the palace. The familiar guards there.
Yeah, and we do get close.
Yeah.
Actually, nah, it's fine. Continue.
The familiar guard
anything.
that guards the gateway sees you, and he goes from you know, his usual pose to a bit more not rigid, but just like trying, you know, he was a little lax, but now he's a little bit more rigid. Intrepid heroes. Hello. Forgive me. We thought you would be gone for at least another month. We were not expecting you. I don't know if L'Oreal. Sorry. You want in? Are you here to see the lady?
Yes, man. Don't worry. We weren't expecting to be back here this soon either.
Not that we're complaining.
Yeah, you have to give me a moment. I need to make sure that that they're available to see an audience. Forgive me. I wish I was more prepared. And he goes to turn around, and you see he kind of pauses for a moment. It looks like she is actually able to see you. Right your way.
Yes. Thank you. He sort of gives him. He salutes him and then he continues.
They give the city guard salute. Although theirs is slightly different because of the palace guard salute is a little bit different. You know, that slight variation. But for the most part, it's pretty similar. And you are escorted into L'Oreal's chamber, where you can see that she is sitting upon a throne with many fellow nobles around her of various stations. And the most notable one that you see with her is a familiar staff-wielding woman with curly black hair. And the beautiful, I guess, Darkness, since this is your first time, the beautiful L'Oreal Silverhand in a gorgeous gown that flows past her feet. Her hair as silver as can be that flows long, flows long, adorned with some jewelry on her, affixed on her fingers and a necklace. She is the pigment of elven beauty, if ever there was one. And
Wait, so she's an elf?
yes,
Alright.
but never to say
Is she
she's
just-
just an elf in front of her.
Okay. Well, is she like
Yeah.
is she the queen or is she just a noble?
Open Lord. She
Open
is
Lord.
the highest
Open
ruling
Lord.
position within Waterdeep.
Here
Basically the
is
elected queen.
that's what she
Okay,
looks
oh,
like.
wait. If I may ask, how would I like? Oh, okay. How would I like properly say like have
Address
a
her?
greetings? Because I know like for queens and stuff, you could just like say basically like greetings, your highness, or whatever, right? I don't know how
It's
I
up.
would
It's
greet
up.
her.
What does your character want to do? How did they go the extra mile? Curtsy,
What
say
would your
"milady," my great, your grace. Like, it's your character.
Because I was thinking she was Sapphire was gonna jump out of Arbor's arms because at this point he's probably still carrying her. And she was gonna shift into her human form and just kind of like maybe do like a slight curtsy or like a bow and just be like, "Greetings, your grace."
There's a slight chuckle that comes from Phasra, the staff wielder.
Oh. I say it in Sylvan. I forgot to mention that.
That doesn't change anything. Phasra kind of has a light a giggle that comes from her, like almost like subconsciously before there's a quick like glare from L'Oreal, before she's like, no need for such old-fashioned greetings, especially if you are accompanied by the heroes of Waterdeep. You should be given more value to your station.
Like mid salute.
She kind of frowns a little bit. Again, I think we've moved past just ruler and subject. You've proven quite valuable friends and allies. I want you to see me not as the open lord, but as somebody you can come to talk to. And you see that she stands up and walks off of the throne, so she meets to you guys face to face. Though she is quite tall for a elf.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about old habits.
Well, I suppose if we're going to be, shall we say, cordial, we do have information regarding our mission. Would this be the right time, considering your company, and sort of motion towards the other nobles?
She lifts her hand, and without saying a word, everyone but Phasra immediately starts to just leave.
It's like, nope, we don't want to be a part of this. Bye.
Yeah, no. I mean, they curtsy and bow as they pass L'Oreal, and they essentially leave the room. And this is like the chamber itself it's not necessarily large, but feels large. Like the space feels massive for it not being like super massive. Like there's enough room for basically the throne, the steps that lead up to it. Obviously, they're the nobles that can be around her, and then a few pillars and some statues and paintings along the walls. But for some reason, it still feels like there's an echo and there's some size to this room. And she's like, "Is this what you preferred? Celeste of House, forgive me, I don't recall if you announced
Star
that.
Search.
Ah, a fine house
And it was more-
indeed."
It was more of a question. Never mind. So, regarding our mission to the Misty Forest, we have results on both the corrupted and the piece of, believe you called it ruins or machinery. The piece that was shown to us before we embarked.
Ah, yes, the strange panel. Basra, you have been working on trying to figure it out. Have you had any leads? And then Fazra kind of speaks up. She stays up on the steps so that she kind of towers over you guys. She doesn't move. She's like, yes, we've analyzed it. It has some odd discrepancies behind it. The magic seems to not fully align with the laws of magic itself. It fluctuates, and there's clearly seems to be missing aspects about it. It doesn't seem to work the way it should work, and we have yet to be able to figure out why. The only thing that we were able to figure out is that it seems to be calling out to something. And the closest thing that seems to be was in the forest, and that's why we sent all of them.
Tira's gonna lean forward and tap Celeste on the shoulder and just say, "You go ahead and explain. I'll illustrate."
And Laria looks to you and it's like, you have the room.
Well, very well, since we're going to start there. We came across an odd, shall we say, structure. Across our trek in the Misty Woods, we came across a dilapidated tavern that spanned across a ravine.
As she speaks, Tara's going to just gesture above her head, and she's going to cast Silent Image and show them the tower in its collapsed form. With Silent Image.
Within the belfry of this tower laid a sort of arcanical device. One that was empowered by gemstones. Ones that were gifted to us. And at a glance, I didn't have much time to write this down as we were on a separate mission. It held some similarities to the infernal machine.
As soon as you say that, you hear Fazra slam her staff, and immediately the room darkens as you are enveloped in basically a dome of not necessarily darkness, as you guys can still see, but you're basically it's like a ward of some sort. Forgive me, mentioning such a thing, I figured it'd be best to ward ourselves, because it seems like you're about to reveal something that, let's be real, I don't think any of us will be prepared to hear, and most likely will result in panic if it got out.
Well, to be fair, I said similar. If this is truly an offshoot of the infernal machine, it did not exhibit any, shall we say, planar properties, but it had a unique property of its own. For once we've touched one of the gemstones, the tower, along with some of its surrounding features, reversed itself, leaving the tower upright, unharmed, and brand new.
Tara's going to adjust the Silent Image to show that, as well as adding minor illusion to add the sound effect of the tower reconstructing itself.
Cue Doctor Who theme music. As soon as you mention this, Fazra is quick to, and then Laria under Laria's breath, but Fazra is more audible. Chronomancy.
Correct. This seems to have been a latent arcanical device that had some power over chronomancy. And we were gifted its keys. If you would, Arbor?
He just opens his eyes and it just replaced the gems. Zink! No.
No,
Go ahead.
Arbor would like hold them up, but he's not like handing them out. He is keeping them close to chest, essentially.
I see. Well, this is a bit of concern. We've had a few of our various aligned factions be trying to figure out the conundrum of this panel. But, uh-oh.
Oh.
My browser crashed.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Raggy.
It's okay. It'll take a second to load everything back up, but that's okay. Bessie looks to you and, well, this is quite concerning. Chronomancy is not only unpredictable, but it doesn't have the best history in these lands, as I'm sure you are well aware, Celeste.
It has been strictly enforced by at least the Elven Arcanists since, I want to say, even the time of the Mythals. So, yes, Chronomancy is concerning.
Well, you say that you were in charge with, but was there a, and Vazra is quick to interrupt and be like, a mad wizard who had these powers and decided the heroes of ages, these random adventurers came in and he delivered them on?
Different story, and that actually goes into what our main mission, the corruption within the forest. It was independent from our discovery, but still.
Laura will quick to be have a smile on her face as she is glad that you remembered that.
It's independent and also correlating to how we got these keys. For we were it was. I suppose we should start from this. We should start. Our month-long expedition to the Misty Forest was relatively uneventful. Within the forest itself, I'm going to talk fast.
Laria speaks
Tara,
up.
so...
You mean the High Forest?
Crap. Which forest was it?
It's the High Forest.
The High Forest, yes. My apologies.
It's okay. They're both have a history with them. I can understand mistaking them from time to time.
And I gotta keep a lot of things straight. So,
Yeah,
as we were adventuring through the High Forest, we fell across a few Feyan tricks. And eventually we came across the nice little home of a cloister of dryads. They spun us a tale, note the wording, of a corrupted unicorn and gave us crowns of thorns in an attempt to allow us to pierce through the wards.
Did you use the unicorn summoning that you, I believe, still have at your disposal? My records say that you didn't actually need to use it.
We did not. To be quite honest, we have forgotten upon that. We have forgotten that trinket.
Well, here's the thing. It's on Whistle right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And oh.
Because Squeak was the one who had
yes,
it.
and I believe Whistle. Yes, and I believe it was with Squeak, who is currently with Whistle.
Ah, yes,
Who
the
is an
owl.
Sojourn.
Yes. The owl came by and you said that you were making the move to strike, and so I did as quickly as I could to send out men to assist you. Sorry, we're on the transit.
Regardless, so with those crowns of thorns, we made our way through the forest, coming across, of course, the dilapidated tower, which can reconstruct itself. And then we came across the corrupted unicorn in sort of the form of a nightmare, if any of you have seen such a beast. Along with a myriad of kobolds.
Kobolds in the high forest. Oh no. Fazor and Lara look at each other as Fazor speaks out. The cult of dragons.
Not quite.
Funny you mentioned that.
For, as most of the kobolds were trying to incapacitate and remove the crowns from us, as they were meant to protect from wardings, I was the first, obviously, thanks to my, let's say, scholar's physique. I was the first to get overwhelmed. However, instead of being torn apart, as soon as my crown came off, the kobolds became fey creatures. And the unicorn lost its fiery visage, becoming a regular unicorn.
Fazor just can't help but break out in complete laughter.
Yes, the crowns of thorns were glamoured. For the dryads that sent us on this mission were actually hags.
Ah, the mighty elves, fallen victim to illusions. Fazor just begins chuckling to herself.
Laugh it up, laugh it up. We all make mistakes sometimes, Vajra. We don't have omnipotence now, do we?
Don't you mean omniscience?
Omniscient. Yeah, omniscient is the word you're looking for.
Laria raises her hand. Alright, enough of the thematics of this. That you had to deal with hags. Based on the fact that you're all standing here, I assume you defeated them.
We did. And for assisting
Yes.
the unicorn without causing much harm to the Feyan population, we were gifted the keys of the machine within that tower.
Wonderful. And now we have no worry that chronomancy will happen in that forest. Who knows what could have happened if
Yes,
somebody who was not in the right space of mind wields such magics.
Yes, well, the story, I'm afraid, does not end there. Exactly.
I apologize. But what if you defeated the hags? Did
Yes,
one
but
flee?
They were busy. No, they were all defeated, but they were in the middle of something when we pounced on them. See,
Yes.
I think if from what I'm recalling and from Celeste's ramblings are correct, it seems that they had incapacitated the dryads that had lived in the trees that they were residing in, and basically were using them as like siphoning them or something to try to, I guess, empower. What was her name? Baba Yaga, I believe it is, in hopes of carrying
I
favor
see
with her or
Laria literally raises her hand. Do not utter such names so casually.
Let's call her the grandmother from now on.
That is more appropriate. And Snakebite, you realize as you were saying Baba Yaga, her hair came up and wrapped around your mouth, sealing it shut.
But like,
Yes.
She lets
the
go as soon
hag-
as she realizes that you're
The
not.
hags themselves were deriving a plot that were going to culminate in a ritual of using the dryads as a, let's be blunt, material component for a ritual to earnestly corrupt the unicorn to gain the favor of grandmother.
yes, and that was deep into uncharted territory of magic, so we all had to make the difficult decision of just leaving them there, still incapacitated.
Fadra speaks up. I'll send an envoy of some of my more knowledgeable magical associates that are might be capable of assisting in whatever's going on in High Forest. Then
Our approach is he puts the stones away in a separate pouch. In an original pouch, he pulls out all the notes that the hags had, hands them over.
You hand them over. So you hand over the journal.
Not the journal, no.
Okay.
No, the journal. Tara has a journal.
Okay, Tara has a journal. Okay.
Yeah, and I have the potion recipes.
So you hand all the notes for them.
Yeah, I have the notes on the ritual they were trying to do.
Fadra summons a magical hand and picks them up and carries it over to her. This will be useful to have to assist us. Thank you.
But that was, in totality, our adventures within the Feywilds. The reason we are back so soon is that the unicorn, on top of allowing us to use the keys, also graciously teleported us back.
You can use his name.
Banron?
Yep, Banrion.
Her name.
Their name. The Fae's capricious with that at most. But yes, Banrion.
Well,
That's what the being that assisted us.
Laria looks to you. There's not much that I can offer to equate to what you've done. But what I'll do is, you've proven to be quite capable. I'll entrust you with those gems for the time being, until we need you further. As a reward, you'll be guardians of those gems. As a show of honor of being heroes of the Waterdeep.
That is a deep honor. Thank you.
And
A Waterdeep honor, if you will.
I will say that there, for the most part, it seems the factions that we're working against have been a bit more quiet of late. Luckily, though, there is some concern rumblings of some oddities in the magic side of things. Fadra speaks up. But something that I don't think will be of a concern for now. But at the very most, various factions might reach out to you, either to ask for assistance or maybe to employ you. Being now in charge with such a powerful artifact, you would be quite of value to them.
I expected nothing less.
We'll say, if Vajra would like, shall we say, an assistant in the magical phenomenon, I may not possess the power to fix it, but I can certainly help find the answer.
Sorry, the way my headset was acting up. Can you repeat that real quick?
Yeah, it's like Celeste talking to Vajra will go. If you need help, shall we say, investigating the anomaly, I may not have the power to fix it, but I can certainly find the answer. I've proven myself effective in that regard.
You may, but don't forget you've already been tasked with a important job. And she looks over to Tara. Best to not
Ah,
overwhelm
yes.
yourself for now.
You'd be surprised how well I can multitask. But I appreciate you wishing to pace me.
L'Oreal speaks up. Is there anything else that needs to be addressed? Of anything of great importance that should be known?
Mm,
I don't think we missed
Well-
anything.
I suppose there is. It's something you may have gotten a few reports about. The Grove. It's recently been overrun and overgrown.
You mean the Grove? We heard tales of some anomaly happen over there, but of late it's admittedly a little bit overgrown with some of their with plant life, but it seems that whoever lives at that manor has been maintaining it.
Ah, that's good to hear.
Forgive me. But yeah, no, I don't think you have to worry about whatever happened there. We've been getting reports back, and we haven't had any incidences. In fact,
That's-
they were the ones to discover the panel in the first place.
So could the panel possibly connect to something within the Grove?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is that the agents there have been quite forthcoming and haven't seemed to be misleading us at all.
Curious.
In fact, I believe one of the individuals we've been corresponding with of late was, and she looks towards you, Arbor. I believe she was your accompany when you arrived. She seems to have taken charge with the Grove.
Ah, yes.
I will
Um,
say, you have my sincerest thanks, though. Hearing that my dear friend Banrian is doing well is quite a good news to me. I was quite concerned with the reports of the forest become corrupted, but she is almost as tenacious as I am, so I am glad to hear she as well.
and Miss Blackstaff, there is something else I've been meaning to ask you. It's a bit more of a personal query.
If you have something to say, speak your mind.
Maloon. Maloon, I believe his name was, the wielder of Azure Edge before I came into.
Until you slayed them?
No. Well, I didn't slay them, but before they were slain, yes. I was wondering if you had figured out a way to be able to resurrect him, or if he has, like, some next of kin or something, because during the fight, back when we were dealing with the mind flayer thing, it seems that one of the Grey Hands members that were sent down there before us was his wife, and she was slain by the Illithid, and her brain was taken over by
Well,
by an
perhaps.
intellect devourer.
Well,
I wished to return her sword to someone in her family, or like,
Well-
like a next of kin or something.
Well, as you know, when it comes to the power of resurrection, there's one key component that has no value, and that is the willingness of the soul to return. It seems that you told me that their loved one was also beyond the veil. Perhaps that's why he refused to return.
Nods with understanding. That is understandable. Does he have a next of kin, like a nephew or something?
Not that I'm aware of. It
Hmm.
looks like you will have the moniker of an individual who wields the weapons of the fallen.
I am not sure how I feel about that moniker.
Whether you choose it or not seems to be the path forward. After all,
So let's see.
besides that original blade you wield, it looks like every other weapon you have is not something that's you forged yourself. Am I correct?
Admittedly, no.
You are a valued member of the Grey Hands. You have proven to be quite capable and quite reliant. And for that, when the time is needed, I do believe that you'll be requested to lead some Grey Hands in missions from time to time.
Thank you. I am honored.
Of course, we'll do our best to not impede upon your current group of allies, but some of them seems to be a bit more fresh than others.
Yeah.
I do wonder myself. Forgive me for asking, dear, but why are you in our city? She's looking towards you, Sapphire.
Me?
Yes.
I had only accompanied them because I am close with the Fae. I tend to go and travel around and just go from Fae to Fae and hang out. But honestly, it's kind of getting boring. In my whole 300 years of living, I haven't really done much. And if anything, the city looks pretty nice. I mean, I've met some cool people. And I'm not gonna lie. Snakebite, the children that are in your tavern are super cute.
Thank you. I think.
Well, you of all people should know that the spot in a kitsune can either be a blessing or an omen. Let's hope it's the former in this regards.
I mean, she can kick ass on the battlefield, so I'd sure as hell hope so.
Fazra looks to you with a glare.
I tend to hover around smaller children because they cannot lie. And I like being around people who don't lie. At least now I do. Spending a lot of time with the Fae, it's something you really appreciate.
Laria speaks up. Fazra, that's enough. It is okay, child. You don't have to worry. You're more than welcome as a guest to Waterdeep. I'm sure that these heroes would not foolishly erupt themselves around allies who are not worth their merit. I thank you for coming to their aid and coming to our aid in the future. As joyous as this conversation's had, it's a busy life for the Open Lord, and I have other matters to tend to. But do keep me posted as things develop, especially if you've learned more about potential links to various avenues. And Fazra looks to you all. You're all ready to leave.
I believe so.
Good. She smacks the staff, and all of a sudden you're at the front gate.
Snakebite sort of just calls it. Okay, nice talking to you too.
Are they always like that? And just kind of look to you guys.
I mean, really, it's kind of nice. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to leave for instance, a wood elven gathering. The goodbyes can last for days.
Who here has experienced instant travel?
All of us?
That was not
Wait,
instant
did I go to
travel.
the unicorn?
That was a different kind of teleport. This was like very fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, to answer your question, if anything, I'd say this is one of Lady Blackstaff's good days. If anything.
really?
Well, we didn't purposely aggravate her, so she didn't need to do a demonstration.
Oh yeah. Snakebite sort of chuckles as he recalls the day.
Alright, so
It
you guys
was
head back
hilarious.
as you walk?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, well, unless
Wait.
you can roleplay a little bit, but
Wait.
you guys are walking and talking.
Yeah. I look towards Snakebite. I should probably go back into my fox farm so we can tell the kids, shouldn't I? If we're gonna
I
go
mean-
back.
I'm fine either way. I'm not gonna force you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have to kind of like talk to them first because I can't really speak in my fox form. That's
What's the
it's more
matter?
difficult.
What's wrong with just walking up and saying hi? They're used
Well-
to seeing weird things.
True. I mean, I
Very
was
true.
playing with them earlier in my fox form though, so I would much rather them see me shift so they know it's actually me, or I guess I could shift into it once I say hi to them.
Yeah. That's the route that I was thinking of.
You know, you got a point. Alright, I mean,
they're just children. I mean, they're not that scary.
no.
You haven't
Not
been
really.
around children enough.
I think the operating, I will say, to Celeste in particular, you would know that the operating word there is that.
I like children mainly because it's harder for them to lie, but an older adult.
They can also be trained to lie very easily.
I mean, yes. I mean, if you put a child in a dangerous environment where they have to lie to,
Or
stay
they're
alive,
they're just rotten soul to begin with.
and that's true. But I mean, at least in my opinion, there isn't a rotten soul. There's always tainted somehow.
In your head, Tara, you hear Ada speak up. Oh, forgive me, but what happened just now? It was so quiet for a time being there. Is everything okay? Were we under attack?
Oh, heavens no. No, the Black Staff wanted to be sure nobody was listening in on our conversation, but it was all just us sharing information we already knew.
Well, I'm sure you'll update me later then.
Nothing you don't know already, to be completely honest. We're just briefing her on our experiences.
Fair enough, but I like to be kept in the wind so that I can serve you well and protect you where I can.
Fair enough.
Alright, so you guys head back. Do you do anything for the rest of the day, or do you relax for a bit?
I'd like to think that Snakebite is just gonna chill.
Okay.
Snakebite's gonna chill probably for the first time in a while.
So,
In his mind, he has definitely earned himself
Well,
some time relaxing.
Celeste is gonna try. Do we have a party fund?
yeah.
We do have a party coffer, yeah.
Mhm.
I believe.
It currently has 390 gold and 9 platinum.
Okay.
And you guys are about to make pay because a few payments have gone through for your tavern.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm about to do the rolls, but I wanted you guys to be ready for it.
All right.
So if I remember correctly, you put 25 gold last time into the promotion material, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this is the first week. Alright, so that means you make roll me 3d10, please.
I got it. 3d10. 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, times that by 5. So 45. No, 40. That's 40 gold that you made that week.
Okay.
Next week, 73. A d6, please. Actually, do you put another 25 gold in or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then 25 gold. Like, no one was there, but Vera would have told the halflings probably, like, put 25 into every promotion.
Okay. So that means that you made 20 gold then, no, not 20 gold, 15 gold then.
15, okay.
And then this one, roll me a d6.
Four.
So that is, so that's by 5. So that's 20. So you made 20 gold this week, or the previous week. And there's one more, because today's the day of the next set.
Okay, so 15, 20.
So do you put in 25 gold? Because that means that you'd be
Yes.
putting 5 gold in and not making any profit from previous week. So you'd just be subtracting. Okay.
So 20, 15, 20. Minus that's.
Alright, 3d10 again.
3d10.
Yeah.
2, 3.
And somebody else could roll if
So
you
what do
want.
have? I mean,
I'm not in Foundry.
Alright.
My Foundry crashed again.
Oh,
17.
sorry to hear that. So that's 17 times 5. That's how much gold you made this week, which is actually really good. That's 85 gold.
Alright. So 85. So 85. Hold on, I'm trying to think.
So you made
15,
40 the first week,
20.
and then you took
40 the first week,
and you put
25 in.
25 in. So that means that
So
you
we're
had
15
15,
profit.
and then last week
Well,
you only
it's
made
for 10 days, right?
It's every 10 days, yeah.
Alright.
So this is the current week. Like today is the day of the thing. That's why I'm doing this.
Made
Alright, so
20,
it's
put another 25 in. That would
So
have been
it's
35
10
minus
days,
25.
right? So it's 40 plus 15 plus 20 plus 85. Is my math right?
Yeah. But you have to subtract 50
Minus
gold from the
25
total.
Wouldn't it be
So 10.
100? Because for promotions, because we did it every week.
75. Because 3 weeks.
Thought it was 4.
I said 3.
Anyway.
Oh,
So total, how much should we make? So,
we-
70 gold total.
makes up 10,
Yeah.
and then. Oh yeah, so okay, 30 total.
Yeah,
Huh,
so
that's
add
not bad, actually.
70 gold more. Yeah, it just depends if you want to like gamble because promotions and stuff. But yeah,
460. We got 460 gold
Yeah.
in the coffer now.
yeah, you know you roughly want 60 or higher on the rolls, based on what you've learned.
Yeah.
Technically, 40 or higher is also good, but that's like an even break. So depends if you want to make profit or not.
All right, that's how much is in the coffer now.
So yeah. You've learned by now basically if you spend 30 gold promotions, you at least will always break even.
Yeah.
But that's 30 gold that you're not getting from the tavern, and that's your own gold you're subtracting at that point if you break even. So just keep that in mind.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, so
Maybe we'll
that's
increase it
the halflings update you about how business is going. But Celeste, you wanted to do some spell transferring?
Yes, it's either I schmooze the Blackstaff for free inks, or I bite the bullet on 300 gold to copy the spells I want.
Or you try to find a discount for the ink.
Yeah, even then.
That would still be
just
like
300.
yeah, it's 300
I
gold.
want to
need-
copy 2 third-level spells.
And
Okay.
it's 50 gold per level, which is 150 per spell. And 3 hours each, so 6 hours total.
Yep, 6 hours.
do none of the bastions we have not offer a buff for that, or
Nope.
Well, we have an arcane study.
That doesn't affect the spells.
Man.
You can make money in one of the bastions, but like there's no like
Yeah, that's not
It's
The-
offsetting the costs, not.
yeah, there's
it's
nothing to
like
speed it up.
Reduce it. We did find 250 gold on the hag, so
Yep.
like if
Oh yeah, we should probably split loot. As well.
Either that or, everyone agrees that that money goes to you doing your spells, which is profitable.
I mean, Arbor would give up his share of the 250 to Celeste.
Because here's the thing,
Is it
I want to
really
inscribe Counterspell and Tiny Hut into my spellbook.
Both very useful.
and neither is evocation.
Evocation doesn't work like that anymore. Because basically it's
Yeah.
50 gold for everybody, right? Like that's
Oh
the
yeah, so they removed savants.
Yeah.
In terms of copying, I think it's now you get additional spells based on your
every
preferred
time you level
school.
up you get an additional evocation spell basically.
All right, so you would have 100. You need 200 more. So Arbor will loan you the 200 gold.
All right.
There you go.
All right. I just gotta save Arbor's ass approximately 200 gold worth.
Yeah. Luckily there's no skill checks, it just takes that time. However, if you want to make Arcana rolls for me to see if you could maybe take a less time to do it.
Do I really want to gamble that? No.
I mean, what happens
It's-
if you fail?
They don't know.
It's normal time.
You would assume.
Another way. I'm gonna spin this another way. Tara!
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's time for another lesson!
Oh,
It's called maintaining patience through extreme trial and error. You're sitting with me for the 12 hours it's gonna take to copy these spells.
oh, wonderful.
Unless, Celeste will preface, unless there's something absolutely pressing, and I do mean absolutely, you need to do during this time.
Nope.
Very good.
Snakebite sort of just goes. Snakebite sort of just does like the whole does like the cross drawing outline. He goes, "Gods have mercy on you."
All
The
right.
gods are dead and we have killed
Yep.
them.
Unless you guys want to role play it, you guys could just.
No.
Not the entire 12 hours, but I do want to say Celeste will be very, very methodical. Like, she'll have the Hag spellbook out along with a very big bag of soot and salt for comprehend languages. She will have the ritual turn to the pages of Tiny Hut. She will have the 6 pieces of parchment. Well, she'll have the 6 pages designated in her spellbook at the ready. The inks, the quills, various material components, and she'll just look at Tara with a beaming smile.
All right. Because you're teaching somebody, I'm gonna say it adds a quarter extra time, basically. Just because
so
you're
that'll be-
going a little bit slower, so that they can retain it.
Absolutely, and actually, that's a core trait of Celeste. She makes sure people understands every part of what she's talking about.
So that's 50 minutes per spell, per hour, basically.
It extends it from 12 hours to 15 hours for the copying.
Well, it's only 3 hours for each.
I thought it was
An hour per level.
2 times spell level. Say what?
I'm pretty sure it's only an hour per spell level.
Somebody grab that for me.
You're the wizard.
Yes, but I don't have the PDFs on standby because it's
All
a
right.
mess.
All right. One moment. Game rules.
I
Classes.
think I'm using Legacy Wizard at the moment.
You don't have updated wizard.
Copying a spell, things it costs. Oh no, it is 2 hours each. I apologize. I guess I'm thinking of it. The copy spell. Okay, so it's only okay. Yeah, so you're luckily fine. You do need identify active. Is the weird thing for spell books?
Or someone.
Pardon?
It can only be read by you, or for her to read the other one. Yes, that's
The
right.
orc one. The orc one you have to have identify up. I'll say comprehend language is not. It's not a wizard spell book, so you just have to translate it. But just keep that in mind that you're kind of like going through different spells for this. But yeah, it's 2 hours and 50 gold. Okay, I'm thinking the old savant. That's why. Yeah. So yeah, you are correct. It is a little bit more time.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, that's copying from your spellbook into another book. If you're copying your stuff, it's 1 hour. Okay, that's what it is.
That's where I'm thinking of. Okay, so yeah, 15 hours later, listen to her end.
Tara's just, by that point, just like staring into space. Just waiting for the lessons to end.
Waiting for Armageddon. Well, that was even Celeste is frazzled at the end. Well, that has been a productive lesson. Shall we retire to reverie?
In Elvish. Why are we still here? Is it to supper?
It is to
Every night I can feel my
understand-
arm.
It is to understand, Tara. You should use this reverie to review. You should use this time in reverie to review our lesson.
No.
Allows it to start
No.
better.
All right.
I'm having too much fun.
No, I'm all for it. But yeah, you guys, are able to have your long rests, so recuperate your stuff. You're able to
Yeah.
successfully learn those spells without much issue. It is a bit awkward, especially for the Hague book, only because understanding that language is very difficult. So,
Mm-hmm.
because Tara is there to assist you in translating, that's why you're able to not make up even more time because of how awkward it would be. But yeah, everybody else is able to sleep well. Everyone's comfortable.
Yeah.
I will, throughout the week, have you tell me what you want your Bastion rooms to do throughout the week. But we'll leave that off table just because it'd be easier. And it's the
Yeah.
next day.
I don't
And,
suppose.
I will say, since this is the first time like darkness is here, like when you guys wake up, Snakebite, you'll see Snakebite like in the cold, just in the cold, like jogging like his fifth or presumably his sixth lap around the block. Freezing cold in like shorts and like medieval like running shorts and like a tank top. Yes, he is one of those guys.
I don't suppose all that time helping Celeste copy the spells. I don't suppose any of those spells rub off on me, do they?
Well, I mean, as a wizard, you can obviously copy themselves too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, definitely. Come on,
Just
Miss Real Wizard, you got this.
Oracle does trigger the Oracle deck. It's a new day.
That's true. That's something. What do we have today? Oh, good.
11. Okay.
I can help somebody be particularly average.
I mean, depending on their modifier, that you know, like a rogue with like good stealth, that's pretty high. That could be a 21.
I mean, you're not wrong.
If you know that that person is really bad at that saving throw, it probably won't actually save them.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you guys are gathering and getting, recovering from the spell book transferring, you all are in the I'll say right now, you're all outside the tavern at the moment, just kind of basking in the niceties of the winter. It's a calmer day, not as severe in coldness, not necessarily warm, but it's one of those things where the kids are playing and you kind of want to be outdoors. And during that time, coming from the streets appears to be a individual adorned in robes. Yeah, adorned in robes. Sorry. Yeah,
Who's
dressed
adorned in
entirely in
robes,
white.
which-
Well, okay, they're not robes. But an individual wearing what looks to be entirely white outfit, carrying what looks to be a satchel, comes up and hands one of you, who would approach, like as they approach to you guys, clearly with the desire to.
As they're sort of coming back, Snakebite is already like whips back around the corner on like his next lap, and he just goes, "On your left."
You bump into them, because you see that they're like scrambling to pull something out from their satchel, and you bump into them. Oh,
Sorry about that.
I'm so sorry. And you see this younger lad with like glasses that kind of got a little wonky. They look to be mostly human, but there seems to be a stub of a horn on their left forehead that's barely noticeable.
No, it's my fault. I should have been paying more attention. He sort of offers to help him up and help
Thank you.
collect his stuff.
I apologize for that. I have a request by some heroes that I heard that live here. So forgive me. I have to go deliver a message now. Goodbye.
Well, you're looking at one of them.
Oh,
You know,
I
this
am
place
so
is
sorry. I
coastal.
forgive me. I did not. I had known. I wasn't told exactly what you all look like. I was just told to come to
Yeah.
this address and deliver this message. And he pulls out a sealed envelope. Um, but if you are one of them, then here you go. And he hands you the piece of paper. Uh, uh, just to warn you, I was warned that there would be another person, someone dressed in all black, and I was warned that they, whoever they are, quite dangerous. And he pulls out a dagger from his belt, and you see that he goes behind one of the potted plants and seems to be hiding.
That's just absolutely snakebite. Before he goes up to just like basically just try attempt to like Skyrim stealth hide his way inside of our thing. He goes, "Hello there, buddy. Care to explain what the hell you're doing?"
Like I said, somebody dangerous is going to try to come by, and I was asked to make sure that they did not cause you any harm.
Do we get to know who this dangerous person is?
All I know is that they're going to be wearing all black. And
Celeste,
yeah.
Celeste will be walking towards the front of the troll skull. She says, Don't let the lad freeze on a brisk morning, Snakebite. Let him in."
He's choosing to hide inside this bush, funnily enough.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes.
Okay, you go over there and act normal, okay? And when they approach, I'm gonna jump out, and you don't have to worry. I'll deal with it.
Look,
Alright,
but,
fine.
dude, it's cold, it's in the morning, I imagine you haven't anything to eat. By sitting inside of our potted shrubbery, you look even more conspicuous than you would be if you were just hanging out.
Okay. And
Even I
so
can spot
okay,
you,
okay.
and that is...
Okay,
If
we'll
I
go
can
in
spot
there,
you, then
and then
there
I
is a
will
big
jump out.
problem.
And okay, and as you guys are taking, you guys can see coming in the view down the street. You see somebody in all black, wearing a satchel, that seems to be getting closer to you guys. This one looks to be a dwarvish fellow, due to their burliness and short stature.
Yeah, nothing says we can't all sit down and have a civil discussion over this.
Make a persuasion roll towards the white courier.
No, bloody hell.
Come on, you got this.
Yeah,
You got this.
Yeah.
I was told it was quite that it was quite dangerous for them to be able to wander in, but you are heroes, so I trust
Who are you
you.
taking orders from, exactly?
All is explained in the message. I'm merely given the task. I don't. It's all in.
Alright.
It's all in the thing. But okay. And he will wander into the tavern on your request. Soon after, the dwarvish fellow in all black comes towards you guys. Ah, wonderful! I have a letter to deliver to the heroes of Waterdeep. I so gracious to meet you all. And he does like a bow. You see that he has like a scar that goes down his face, and he's got the big beard and hair braided, black as soot. And he looks to you all, and he hands you a letter.
Do I recognize this guy
No.
from anywhere?
Yeah.
And who are you exactly?
I'm a mere courier delivering a message. However, I've been told that there is a dangerous individual afoot that might cause harm. So, in case they wander near you guys, your lives might be threatened. Will protect you with my life to make sure they don't leave you harm. And you see, like the cloak that he pulls out, he reveals a warhammer.
Oh God.
Well, come on inside. We'll have drink and food ready.
What does this individual look like?
I was only warned that there would be in all white. Of course, to mask themselves in the winter snow. Of course, only cowards will hide. As you guys walk in.
I would like to real quick look at both of these letters with detect magic. Are they giving off any weird auras?
No. Nothing. There is no
No,
sense of
just
magic.
Regular letters.
As he opens the door and sees sitting the boy in white, he's like, he's already here, and pulls out the warhammer.
Hey!
Celeste will firmly put a hand on the dwarf's shoulder. Neutral ground.
There also a stone wall appear that grows up from the ground between them. It's
An arcane master, I see. See, he's quite dangerous. We must strike before he can get off another spell.
Master Dwarf, as
was me.
Celeste further, digs her hand into the shoulder very lightly and uses prestidigitation to warm his cloak. We are Canical, and we will enforce the neutral ground of this place.
Okay. The dwarf just kind of he doesn't let go of the warhammer, but he goes from warrior stance to just kind of relaxed stance with the warhammer, kind of holding it almost like a staff.
Tara's gonna pat his shoulder. Don't worry. Everybody here will respect the neutral ground, or they'll be made to kiss the neutral ground. It's their choice.
Very well. And he struts off and goes as far to the other side as possible from the man in white, and it sits in a chair with the hammer basically in between his legs, kind of resting it. The hammer head kind of resting his arms on it.
Snakebite is going to then plop himself on the front at the bar, and then he's going to he goes, and then keeping an eye on Pokemon Black and White over there, he's going to starting with the letter that the white dude gave him, he's going to
Okay, so the white
tear
one.
it open
All right.
and read it.
Here
first,
is what
yeah.
you get then. And feel free to read it out loud if you want. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. That's the other one.
Tara will snag the other one.
Okay, so I'll give you this one. Then this is the black ones. Uh-oh, where did the other one went? I had it all typed out and ready.
Oh.
Read that out while I retype the one I had ready.
Okay, which one is
The one I sent you is the black couriers. No.
all right. Now a quick question. Should I read it as it is meant to be written, or are the misspellings intentional?
If I don't know how to spell in trumpet, okay? I don't know how to spell it.
Wait, that's totally cool. I'm just making sure. All
I-
right. So
You know the word I was trying to go for.
I do. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
All right. So Tara cracks open the letter from the black carrier, clears her throat. Greetings, triumphant adventurers! I, Sir Ursus, so gracefully request your assistance in the most immediate urgent. A great reward will be given to you all for assisting in the matter at hand. Please come to my manor in Cliffsides, outside Waterdeep.
Well, that's an awfully vague. That is
Well, consider the secrecy with which these individuals have been sent. I imagine they were concerned their missives might be intercepted and sensitive information gleaned. In fact, without even reading the white missive, I would presume that it's likely sent from an individual at odds with Sir Ursus.
Celeste, Sir Ursus, does that name strike any bells with you?
History check, I assume.
Yeah, that would be a history check.
And Snakebite's gonna tear open his letter and start reading.
Yeah.
17 on the history check.
I'm thinking this is mission. I know what's going on with these two.
What's the performance check for?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Whatever it is, it's very obvious
Alright.
still.
It's not exactly how I read it before because I don't know where that version went, but this is basically...
You couldn't copy and paste?
I had it typed out in character and everything, but literally I just
Okay.
don't know what happened to...
Here, as he finished struggling with the letter and opens it. 'Tis an honor to write to the heroes. I, Lynx Cratelatch, have a task to be given to all upon visiting my estate with promises of a lucrative reward for services rendered. That will benefit all good and free folk. Map to the manor is included.
And you turn it around and you see the map. And they are in Waterdeep. They look like they are in the Sea Ward.
Alrighty. Keyword, alrighty.
So one,
And your history check for specifically the individual is... Let me see what they give me if there is actually... You don't know much, but the name kind of reminds you of hearing tales of a warrior who adorns themselves with bear attire. Has been in tales in that tavern, you know, nothing like major, but like that he might have come up from time to time, but nothing like of like this is, you know, the hero of age or something like that. Just like adventurers telling tales.
Can't say I know much about Lord Ursus. Probably a minor lord, or one.
However,
Lynx
with the 17, you do remember the most notable thing is the conversation about them potentially being the paladin in hell, a painting that is quite famous in all of Faerun. And I will post a picture.
No.
The Ursus, though the Ursus line is connected to the Holy Knight of the Hells.
You mean the artwork?
Yes, whether they be the artist or bloodline of said Holy Knight is unsure.
Are we gonna?
As for Lynx,
you would need another check for that.
I hear he runs
I
the next-
have to do this. Why, of course I know them. They're the being that makes all of this possible.
I want to be above
I
table.
hear he runs
That's
an
the name they
excellent-
give me. This is not me inserting myself into the
He
plot.
runs an excellent. I hear he has
I-
a very.
I
I
understand
know,
the name.
It's just hilarious.
I know.
Storyteller, I hear.
It's so
I hear
funny,
he
and I
has an
knew that was going to
excellent,
be
Twitch
mentioned.
channel that you should all go sub with Prime to.
But on a serious note, though, do you want to learn about her? Oh, 25.
I rolled
This
25.
one is more notable because she is the tales of Creatlet, the daring rogue, a adventurer of the past, known to be quite well at collecting notable antiques and such. Whether, of course, to know whether or not her gains have been from those who deserve for them to be lost, from temples, or perhaps a more mischievous past is up to debate. But she is known to be a noble rogue. Think of it like Robin Hood tales, in that terms
like
of
stealing from the rich, giving to the poor.
yeah. But like that's the kind of like tales you would have heard of her with that history check. Like it'd be like a Robin Hood tale, but opposite with her.
Lady Lynx, however, you said she was inside Waterdeep, correct?
Yes, and yeah, it is a she.
Lady Lynx, however, has more, shall we say, credited renown. She's known as, well, she knows as to live up to her name. She's a rather intrepid feline. Commonly steals antiques wherever she can get them. But she is also known to have been generous. Some of her what's not worthy to put up in a museum is instead given to those who are downtrodden. From what I understand from the rumors, however.
That's the case, then neither party here seems to be particularly I hesitate to say dangerous because obviously, I mean, they are skilled in their particular trades, but particularly out to get us for any real reason.
They could be entrusting us to settle some sort of family feud that's well outside, let's say, their purview. Noble houses are renowned for their let's
beef, rivalries.
That's
feuds.
a crude way to put about it. The bad blood. The nobles are renowned for going into petty squabbles for that bad blood. For how else are you to entertain yourself with gold on your throne?
Well, I mean, we do have those two right there. Perhaps they could give us some more answers to our questions.
I have the sinking suspicion they're just going to be like, my side does this, well, my side does that, his side, it'd be a long, drawn-out debate that would go in circles. But I will not be opposed to you wanting to inquire deeper. It's just, I've been a part of these feuds, minor noble and all that, and I am quite done with them. However, if they have sought us out, there could be something potentially more dangerous that needs an adventurous touch.
Alright, well then, why don't we split up then? Like, I can go lead discussion with the dwarven fellow over there, and someone else can go speak with the with Mr. Man in White.
Do you guys not inspect the message any further?
Well, I mean, not inspect the message. That makes me wonder if there is something else there.
Yeah, I'm just asking, you just read the message and letters. What are you doing with the letters? I'm asking. Like, are you just putting them on the table? Are you locking them away?
I guess I would fold mine up and I guess put it in my pocket, I suppose.
Okay. Just want to know where the letters are. Just if one of them wants to try to steal it,
Can I ask if they're just in the main area of the place?
Yeah, they're in the tavern right now, so they're in the bottom layer.
On
opposite ends, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Sapphire's probably just in her fox form, and she's coming down the stairs into the tavern area.
You'd have to go outside to get inside the tavern. It's a really weird setup.
Okay.
But you can do that. I'm just letting you know it's a little roundabout.
Well, then she'd have to scratch at the door until somebody notices, because she's in her fox form.
No doggy door? Yeah.
Snakebite would open the door for her, and he goes, "We really got to get you your own little situation there.
I
Also,
look
you
at
know
him
you-
and nod.
Wait, why didn't you just shift back and open the door?
I shift. I'm probably just gonna shift into my human form now. I'm like, that takes a lot of energy sometimes.
All, you have bad hair and shit like that, and you just look tired.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
you
then
know you didn't
I
have
look at you
to.
guys.
Yes. I mean, you didn't have to just rush down here, but I mean, I suppose we should catch you up to speed.
Yeah. I mean, I just woke up and I'm just like, I don't. So what's
Alright.
happening here?
So you're going to talk to the dwarven person.
Yeah, I will first bring Sapphire up to speed about the situation we're dealing with,
Okay.
and then I want to sit down with the dwarven fellow and ask him just inquire a little bit.
Alright, he just looks at you. I haven't struck anyone yet, as requested.
Yes, and peering into my mind, I would like to inquire with Azurage if she senses if he is particularly unlawful in any way.
You only know if they're lawful.
If they are lawful or not.
She does not sense his, let me double check. Is it that she senses only lawfuls, or she senses anything that's not lawful?
Can sense the presence of non-lawful creatures within 120 feet.
Non-lawful could mean neutral, could mean or chaotic, or
At the very least, that'll give me somewhere to start. It's more information than
okay.
I have right now.
You ask her for her to do her sensory. She's like, yes, there's a few people here that are quite not lawful indeed.
Okay, is our friend over here pinging on your radar, or?
I am not like a lie detector, okay? I only can sense the present. I can't pinpoint it. I'm not some kind of weird device that's designed for such a thing. I am a weapon to be wielded by a protector of Waterdeep.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to touch a nerve there. Hey, actually, you just gave me an idea. I am going to
Yes.
as you do this, I'm going to, since I have the spell, I've been meaning to use it, I guess now would be a good time as ever to use it. I would like to cast, he sort of sits down, and he's going to cast Zone of Truth.
He's like, hey, well, hold on. Just out of, as this is being cast.
It is a spell that compels you to tell the truth. If you have nothing to hide, then you should have no reason to
Well, no, you
fear.
cast it, so now he has to, dwarves are stubborn. It's not necessarily he doesn't want to not be truthful, he just instinctively sees magic and tries to resist it.
Okay. Oh.
You
I probably
cast
should have
it.
preluded.
Yeah, you just start casting a spell to somebody who's on edge, and yeah. Stone of Truth is unique, as it tells you a lot of information. Also, is anybody else near Snakebite during this? Because they're in the
as
zone.
long as they're not within 15 feet of me, then.
I was probably gonna go over towards the other person after talking to Snakebite.
Okay. You are aware that because it tells you if they pass or not, right?
I think so. I mean, it'd be a pretty useless spell if I didn't know.
You know they succeeded.
Okay, well then I'll just drop. Okay, well I'll just drop it.
Is it concentration?
It was. Wait, no, I don't think
It's not
is.
concentration.
It's
It just happens. However,
Alright.
you do realize that you also have to make the same throw. It's everybody.
Magical zone. If it's centered on a point within range. First time a creature starts. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
an AOE. Like everybody has to be truthful. I mean, do you,
21. Oh yeah, I passed.
Yeah.
I passed anyway. I wouldn't
so
have lied
there's a
anyway, but I
lovely
still
big
passed.
zone has appeared, And you just see the dwarf just look at you, and you look at him, and
Yeah,
you got both have
Yeah,
stink
it's like
eye.
a little like sort of spectral like scale sort of like appears on the table. He goes, "I apologize. I should have warned you."
I
What
don't
this was
understand the
supposed to be-
thematics of this, but you have questions, I answer.
But what this was supposed to be, it is a spell that compels you to tell the truth.
Ah, so you think I would lie to you?
Call it a precaution.
You spit on my honor as a courier, as a messenger, and he just and
Call
spits.
Call it a guardsman's precaution.
You show me disrespect. I
meant
don't
no
take kindly to
disrespect.
that.
It is not. It was purely nothing personal. Had I recalled I could do this, I would be doing this a lot more had I not acquired this ability recently.
Well, either way, you have questions, I answer, go. And you see he's like very rigid in his sit and position.
So, tell me more about this. I forget the
Sir
people, I forgot
Ursa.
his name or
Ursus.
Sir Ursa. Who?
Sir Urs.
Sir Urs. What can you tell me about him?
Not much. He employed me to send you to deliver a letter and warn me that others might try to, and I quote, try to take back items of great value from you.
Okay, and what would give you that idea? Because I mean, what exactly like do they have? I take it they have. Does the house he serves? Do they have beef with your patron? Like, what's the story there?
I am a simple messenger. I was hired to deliver a letter and to potentially intervene if others try to do harm to the recipients of the letter. That was my request. And so far, I have honored that. And you see he kind of leans over and gives on eyes the person in white.
I mean, the dude was just trying to hide in a shrub earlier. I hardly see how he'd be able to hurt so much as a fly, much less me.
Boy, you're young. You'd be surprised at what somebody is able to fool you in thinking. If I had the smarts like I did when you were on, I would have gone through 5 marriages.
Yeah, I suppose you do have a point there. Look, I want to insight this guy. Does he seem to be he's hiding something from me?
Go ahead. Make that insight.
Yes. Finally, my first good insight roll, 19.
19. He appears to be he's rigid, and you could pick up on that, but that was just rigid in general from just the vibe, and also from you casting the spell. But as he talks, he is quite rough and stern with his voice, but there is no break in how he talks. He has confidence that adoring confidence that you'd ever see.
Alright. You really don't know much about this. You're just a simple messenger?
Aye.
He sort of gives him the trademark snake bite, squinty eye stare down. Like eyes him up and down. He goes,
He does the same.
Okay, I understand. Well, thank you for entertaining my queries. Apology for sort of putting you on edge there. And don't worry about that. That'll go away after the scales will disappear after 10 minutes or so on their own.
And he's like, okay. And after you get up and walk away, you see he gets up and moves to another table away from the zone.
Fair enough.
Still in the back corner, but he just Alright, Sapphire, you skip over to the white clothed courier with glasses, rounded glasses, and a stub for a horn on the left temple, but his skin looks to be of more pale human skin.
Okay. I approach him. I just kind of say, Yeah, I approach him. I look him in the face. I'm just like, oh, hi. How you
Oh,
doing?
hi. You see that he starts to get red.
Aww.
Um. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna say, would it be
If-
alright if I ask you a few questions about who hired you?
I mean, I'm only a mere messenger. I have simple tasks. I don't have a lot of information. I do apologize.
Hmm.
Colin.
How did?
Were they gonna let their hood down?
Who?
White figure.
He probably took it off while inside the tavern.
Given his pale skin and like singular horn,
Stub. Yeah.
yes, Stub. I want to try to identify to see what type of humanoid he is.
Yeah. You can make me Arcana, Religion, or History. All of those are clickable here.
Religion.
Okay. 14. It's hard to say. You think that based on the appearance that if they do have any traits from any fiend, demon, devil, any of those sorts, it's probably that they are not a full-fledged, and that's why they don't have the full monikers. You're thinking that they probably have a parentage of one, and then the other parent is probably human or humanoid of some sort. But you can't pin it down.
The ugly tiefling. We have found it, boys.
The ugly teeth. As I'm talking to him, can I just try to like read his body language and everything to see?
Yeah, that's an insight roll.
Kind of inside him. Yeah. Let's see. Easy. And then normal. Oh, that's a really bad roll.
I mean, he's blushing. He's getting his glasses steam up a little bit. He seems to be staring at you intently.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask him, how did you acquire this job? How did Lady Lynx find you to hire you?
I wasn't even aware of the person was. I was told deliver this message and that there is somebody who has a desire to cause harm to you lot, and that to protect them as best to my ability as I can.
So, a random person hands you a letter and asks you to deliver it.
Oh no, it's not a random person. We couriers have a system. There's a network.
Okay. Do you
We
know
are
about
official
any-
hires.
Yeah. Do you know about the person who hired you? Do you know if it's like a male or a female who hired you for the job? Like, who brought in the letter
It's
for you
all.
to give?
That's not. We never talk directly to the creator of the letter. There's always a middle person.
This middle person, did they seem like a servant, or did they seem like a normal person?
I mean, they were dressed in, and he like. I guess actually no. Snakebite's no longer in his usual night watch garb, city watch garb. He was. I mean, they were dressed in the city guard, like normal. We're
A
charged
city
with.
guard?
Yes. Forgive me. You must not be from Waterdeep. Of course. Of course you couldn't be. I mean, look at you. No. We are tasked as couriers to deliver messages, mainly usually from those in the military. However, we do also do civilian deliveries too, but the people that hire us are always within the city ranks. Sometimes that not necessarily a guard, but somebody who works in the offices, like a clergy.
Okay. That. Okay, so the second letter is from somebody called Lady Lynx, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Make a persuasion
And
roll
so, okay.
to see if you can
Where's my
to see if you can convince him to give a bit more information. Oh.
Oh,
I do know that I don't know. It was a bit odd. But the individual that handed me the letter, they did. For the briefest moment, I saw underneath his jacket there was what it looked like a brooch of some sort that looked to be. I guess he is a fan of of musical arts because it was like a harp of some sort.
hmm.
Celeste will take note, but not give a response.
So he had a brooch that looked like a heart?
Yes, I only saw it for the briefest moment, and I don't think he noticed that I saw it. It definitely looked like he wasn't. Maybe he was maybe he was a failed musician and ashamed of it. I don't know, but yes.
I have a question. If he was in a city guard outfit, were his hands
So
like covered in calluses or?
real quick, I'm describing somebody who's like an officer, not like a
Oh, okay.
like a guard in suit armor. Just to clarify.
Okay. Just like somebody who roams like the streets as an
So-
officer.
Celeste will sort of interject herself into the conversation. So, if I'm to understand this correctly, a member of the City Watch handed you a letter on the behalf of Lady Lynx to find us.
I suppose so. Like I said, we are given the location of where to deliver it, and occasionally there's extra tasks that are like make sure you like a package has to be placed here for them to receive, or if it's a more dangerous message to make sure that it receives their hands only, things like that.
I see. Well, go ahead and relax. Enjoy the warmth. Though that hopper, that harp pit, is definitely an interesting statement. Seen a few of those lying about. Maybe it's some sort of moniker from the Bard's College.
I will say they did not. Their voice was so raspy. I don't think they were good at singing, but perhaps maybe they are a bard. I don't know. I don't ask questions. I do my job.
You need not a voice to play an instrument. After all, that's what the harps are called. That's what the harp, the lyre, the panpipes are for.
Of course. But forgive me, I don't have much more information. Like I said, I didn't even know this. You said Lady Lynx? I was not aware that that was who sent the message.
Do not worry yourself. It is obvious you are doing your duty as a courier. I just request you warm yourself here before going out for your next parcel.
Of course, thank you. Alright. You've interrogated both of them.
Well, hearing that, Celeste will go back over to the dwarf. Enjoying yourself?
I mean,
Uh,
are the scales still up?
Are you also gonna try to cast a spell while trying to have a casual conversation with me?
I will, but it's more parlor tricks as Celeste sort of.
As all of a sudden
dances her
Loot Mat is played in the background.
People were talking about instruments. Tara felt like showing off.
Hey,
Yeah.
I could play a lyre.
Yeah, as Celeste sort of dances her fingers around, and a nearby flame, like a wisp of it, starts to float and sort of take on the form of a butterfly.
Okay.
No, I just have a simple question. Since I asked that lad the same question, might as well ask you. Who gave you the parcel?
Like all couriers, we receive it from the offices of the city.
Ah. And this lad, was there anything peculiar about who you got it from, or did you just be like, cool, letter?
A professional doesn't linger on questions. We're told location, whom, and how to deliver it, and I go. It served me all these years, and I have yet to have had any bad reports.
That's fair, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Suppose outside of that, you know, how about a little game? Since you have had the courtesy of keeping things civil, a little game revolving around currencies. I want to see, just entertain me here. I want to see if you can identify where these two coins came from, as Celeste will fish out her copper piece, which is a Silvery Moon copper piece. It's what she uses for detect thoughts, and her special gold coin, making sure no one else is nearby to glance it.
I think the only person that would notice.
So
is
you're
probably
trying to do
Arbor.
detect thoughts on them?
No. I'm showing them my Silvery Moon copper piece and my Xantarum gold coin. See if
Oh,
they react to that.
those are you attempting to bribe me for more information about my employer?
No. I just a little game. See if you can identify who minted these. It's a small thing I like to do sometimes. Call it an eccentricity.
They both look like typical dragons.
Well, it's a copper gold piece, but okay.
Well, the terminology of like Waterdeep, whatever the Waterdeep coin is called.
He didn't have a special reaction to the gold coin.
So shards. It looks like a nib and a shard. No, he does not seem to have any reaction to the coin.
Oh, that's fair. Specifically, this one, the gold coin. It's more of a unique mint. Been polishing it
It
to
is.
keep it in good condition.
It does appear to be quite valuable. Best to keep your eye on that one. I'm sure there's others who would probably try to cause you harm for revealing such an item.
Indeed. And the copper one's more of a personal one of mine. It's one of the coins from my childhood. Just kept it around with me. It's a lucky charm of sorts. But it is just a copper.
True.
Regardless, just warm yourself before you go out into the snow. That's all I'll ask.
As you walk away, he does say, "Do tell Istrid I say hi."
Can do. And Celeste will not press that further. Alright, interesting.
Alright. You've interrogated both of them, gotten information. Are you guys gonna have a conversation or head out to meet the letter people?
Could reconvene and check notes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and firstly, important question. Looks towards Arbor. The gems, where are they? You still
They
have
are
them?
safe. They are safe.
Okay, good. Seems that from my brief little conversation with with our dwarven friend over there, it seems like their master was concerned that somebody would try to steal something valuable from us, I think it might be. So I had sort of just assumed that it was the gemstones.
Should we perhaps put them somewhere more safe?
They are safe on me.
No, they are very much stealable on you. There are places we can put them where they could not be lifted by even the deftest of pickpockets.
I mean, I immediately have a location for them.
Like what? Well, we could sort that out later. As long as they're safe right now, that's the important thing.
That's what I'm saying, is they might not be. If all it's going to take is a couple of clever fingers to lift them off of Arbor, then they're not safe.
I want to look back over them. Have they moved an inch since?
They have been keeping their distance from each other, but they do seem to be sharing glances from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, we could sort that out later. I'd rather not bring them out in front of. I'd rather not start fiddling with the things right now in front of mixed company.
Your call.
But
Easily take it upstairs
you
if we
guys-
really need to deliberate a designated spot.
yes, but
Well, if we're exceptionally desperate, there's always underneath. Looks towards Snakebite to see if he can recall what I'm hinting at.
Snakebuster just tilts your head confused, like, what?
Okay, never mind.
Above table, I genuinely missed that.
We could throw them into the vampire den.
Yeah. That is an
Ow.
option.
Yeah, but Snakebite still wouldn't
what?
have picked up on that anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
you weren't here to
we'll
hear that.
In on that later.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's something
Don't worry
only
about it.
Snakebite and Celeste would have context for.
Okay.
I feel like after a few seconds, Snakebites will just narrow his eyes. He goes, "God's definitely not.
I mean, it's an option if it's truly that desperate.
Not a very good one." But
I
getting
didn't
off
say
topic.
it was a good option. I didn't say it was a good option in the first place.
Getting off topic here. So, were you guys able to find out anything useful from them? I'm afraid. Find out anything interesting? Afraid my questioning wound up rather dry.
Well, we of course have Sir Ursus or Lord Ursus and Lady Lynx, most
Mhm.
likely in the pursuit of the same thing if they've both come to contact us about it. Interesting fact with the White Lads. Messenger. It had an emblem of the Harpers on them. So, we either deal with clandestine Harper crap, or we go the straight and narrow and do the job for Lord Ursus.
He did say it'd make it worth our while.
Both of them
I
did,
mean,
to be
I
fair.
hate to have to get into. Well, I mean, if this is truly like a feud thing, I'm not sure how I'd feel about getting in the middle of their feud. It's very much a them problem. They should sort out their issues
Here's the thing,
themselves.
Snakebite. If the Harpers are getting involved, it's generally past Noble's petty feud. They've got the lifeline on something.
And above table, I'm gonna be transparent. You can visit both of them. There's no harm in that. Like you don't have to make the choice by who you visit. Doesn't lock you in. Just
Yeah.
in case you were concerned about like force down a path.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, why don't we speak with both of them and see what both parties have to say?
That's also fair. Getting their desires straight from their mouths would definitely make a better judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know that one's in the Sea Ward and one is outside the Waterdeep.
Yeah, I'm proposing we head over to the Seaboard first, since that's probably a lot closer.
Question is, do we have enough warming spells to go around? I can warm
Warming
3 of us up.
spells.
You mean you could easily have cold. You already had cold weather gear.
Cold weather gear. No, I'm talking about something more mundane, like just prestidigitationing our clothes to keep us warm.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I can endure the cold, it's fine. I'm not
Alright,
resistant to it in any way, but I can tough it out.
It's kind of funny that you being like half hot-blooded because of being a half fiery ancestry does not.
Yeah, well, I'm sort of interpreting that the guys with cold resistance would be more resilient to cold weather.
Yeah, no, it's
I'd
just it's
imagine-
funny to me though because
It
Ye-
is.
But-
do
I mean-
do you feel the weather on yourself?
Arbor just like thinks for a moment.
above table you wouldn't.
Yeah, he like takes his Celeste's hand, places it on his like chest plate, and you feel like it's like frosty. But
Ugh.
he doesn't feel a thing.
Don't stick your tongue to
Alright.
it. Ooh.
Yeah, Celeste will warm up her hands. Alright, point taken. So we do have enough magic to go around to warm all of us up. I mean, if we're not going to go out of Waterdeep, might as well just keep it convenient, right?
Indeed.
Though, if we are going to contact Lord Ursus, I wonder how we're going to get into contact with him.
I mean,
Did the letter
point-
disclose his location?
Yep, there's a map for both of them.
He's in
Yeah, there's a
Cliffside, outside of Waterdeep.
Okay, so he's not that far.
Yeah, they're both relative. Like,
Getting that small hint from the dwarf, I am going to take Lord Ursus's letter and see if there's like a hidden message to it.
investigation check.
All right.
You know,
Ooh.
you have so much knowledge, so much like lore and stuff. The one thing that you
overthinking.
you overthink it too much, and you think there has to be something. You analyze every word, but every time you just get these, you see the connections, and just like the that one meme of like this yarn with the map, the conspiracy theory.
the conspiracy board.
Yeah,
Ah, yes, Pepe Sylvia.
yeah.
Pepe Sylvia.
Do you mind
Uh,
if I take a look at it?
Yeah, my brain is going too fast, apparently.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Let's see if a simple mind will be able to unravel the mystery, if there
Yes,
even is
hoping.
one. Alright, this event's investigation.
So this is
Yep.
only thinking of a man named Pepe Sylvia.
I mean,
sorry,
it's
but
better
like
than
you're
nothing.
saying overanalyze. I immediately think that.
It's better than nothing, I suppose.
You don't know. It looks like words. The map looks like a map.
I mean, it's just a map. I mean, it seems like doesn't seem like there's anything there.
Does anyone else look it over?
The hoppers, mate.
Sure, I'll take a look at one of them.
All right. Sorry. Keep going, Celeste.
The involvement of the hoppers is starting to make me overthink things.
Okay, I'll roll. There we go.
You don't pick up on anything, but you do note that the way it's written, the handwritingness of it, the letters seem a bit off. And like you don't know if it's bad penmanship or not, but there's something off about it.
Arbor like looks at the letters for a moment. Looks to Celeste. Pen and paper, please.
I've got plenty, as she fishes out ink pen, ink, Small bag of sand for mistakes and parchment, obviously.
Tara twitches in trauma to see the pen and ink back.
Make me a
where are
wisdom
you?
saving throw, Tara.
Oh, we found Tara's weakness now.
Uh,
School!
you are frightened of that ink, and you almost start to have a panic attack. No,
Hey,
Tara, are you
That's
okay? You think you've seen the ghost?
I did. The ghost of lessons past.
the
Oh,
ghost.
don't tell me the colony.
The ghost of a good day.
Nope,
Celeste will say with a
definitely
cheeky
not.
fucking grin.
Stick bits with us. Like the simple
15 hours,
colony
Celeste.
is enough.
15 hours.
Yes, and it was very informative, was it not?
all right. So Arbor is doing what parchment?
So Arbor, looking at the letters, and then of the note,
Yeah, looking at the
He
handwriting.
he starts to transcribe the weird-looking letters.
Okay, you do that, and now you have a bunch of odd-looking symbols that resemble letters on a piece of paper.
Starts to think, and is there like another check I can do to see if I can figure this out? Because I know what it might be doing, but
Does anybody else look at what Arbor is doing?
Yes, if only just to soothe my worries that we're going to be waist deep in spell transcription again.
yeah, so Arbor points out the weird-looking letters to Tara.
Suppose this will make a good mental exercise for the morning.
Missing something. It is close though.
What is Sapphire doing?
I think I'm just kind of just watching all this go down.
So you're looking at the
Which-
papers?
Yeah. Which
You
did you guys?
looking over the paper recognize the code language that's hidden within the language.
Okay.
Because that is Thieves' Cant.
Fuck. Okay.
And that's what you can translate.
Is that one of the letters, or is
No, that's
that
the
just both of
translation.
them?
Like, because you understand
letter-
Thieves' Cant, you can translate it without needing a check.
Yeah.
At least this language, it's
Yeah,
not
but
like super
I
coded.
forgot which letter did we get the code from? Is it the one?
This is from,
the white robe or the black robe?
The bear.
Versus.
Yeah.
Mhm. Wait, it's from which one? You guys cut each other off.
Ursus.
Ursus, the guy that might be the paladin in Hell Payton, or
Okay.
related to it.
Can we take a look at the other letter from the white robe guy? Because, like, I'm gonna look at everybody else kind of trying to decipher this, and I'm gonna say there's something about this letter, but I need to double check the other one for similar coding.
But yeah,
All right.
I
fine.
just kind of
Very well. Celeste is kind of like blindsided by just how you looked at it and went, oh, right.
fair enough.
Tara catches the look and just shrugs. Clearly, it's some sort of fairy transcription.
Can I look to the other people and see what they're doing? Like the one sitting across from the tavern.
I thought you guys were like, we're in another room.
We are. Okay. Well,
Okay.
It's thieves' can't. It's a coding language that as thieves usually use. There's a message on this letter that I want to see if there's a similar one on the other one. If there... I want to check the other one first to double check before I tell you guys what it says.
Very well. Here's the letter from Lady Lynx.
All right. You look it over, and you too can detect thieves' can't on this one. But this one, I need you to make me an investigation roll. This one's a bit better coded.
Investigation?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I can assist. Here's the thing. I can either assist you or you can assist me by lending me your knowledge for a bit.
Yeah.
My investigation is not good.
Then you can aid
I'll aid
Colin
Tara.
or
I trust-
Silas.
Or
If you
who?
lend me your knowledge, I might be able to
So-
assist.
Yeah, I can
And-
try. This one just kind of seems a bit more coded than the other one.
So, am I leading or are you?
You're
You.
leading.
All right.
They're basically
Here
finding
we
the
go.
words, and then you're trying to fit. Yeah.
That fits.
16? No, that's enough. With the thieves can't aid, you can do the translation.
Mhm.
This is what you pick up, hidden within the words.
All right. Oh boy. Where? Huh. And you said you understood what Ursus's letter had?
Yeah, Ursus's letter was less coded than this one, and he was talking about a war in the Hells. And that it was getting stronger. It basically said a war of the Hells is getting strong. Like-minded warriors of mortal that he is calling for aid.
Beware others may lead to the downfall of man if they get their hands on what they have acquired. What you have acquired, excuse me.
I will say
Somebody
the
knows-
U is like it's not underscored, but the way the code leaves, it becomes more poignant. The U.
Whoever penned these letters knows we have the gems.
They definitely do, and I don't know how they figured it out so fast. But the
Let's take-
second letter...
Let's take this upstairs to the hearth.
Yeah.
All right, you guys head upstairs while the two couriers sit in opposite corners, just giving them the stink eyes to each other.
Well, our report would have been like, if you leave, you points to one of them. Neither one. Leave first. You leave after.
Let's not
No
put
bloodshed.
it like that.
No bloodshed on this floor.
Aye, no bloodshed on your lovely tyrant. Yeah. The dwarf speaks up.
Got
Please and
it,
thank
both
you.
of you.
Please and thank you.
And as he leaves, Snakebat will give him the dwarven dude like a nice formal dwarven farewell, saying, "Only time I've been able to use this language."
He responds in Dwarven, calling you a fucker.
I mean,
I mean, that sounds
depending
alright,
on how
basically.
crass you want to make dwarves, it could be. Depends on the
Worse.
joviality.
He's
Tara
he's
just
pissed at what you did. Like he's not happy
That is
about
fair.
it.
Tara just laughs. I don't even speak Dwarven, and I know what he just said.
I do. Very rude language.
Out of earshot of both,
Dwarven.
Celeste will say, well, to be fair, they're rude people. But Also fair. Snakebite, really? Zone of truth.
It is a precautionary. We don't know what we're dealing with. It's a precaution.
You hear
Also,
pop
above
out of Terra's coat. Sir Snakebite, you should be well aware that taking the will away from the people is not very holy warrior of you.
Above table, I have had this spell sitting here since I got my.
I
since I
understand
reached
about
that level. I
table,
really
but
wanted
the
to use it.
connotations of basically forcibly compelling somebody. I know it's technically on the cleric, spell list, and paladins, but the connotations in the real world or in this world is that you are forcing their will, your will on them to speak the truth. It's not a good spell in that sense. Keep that in mind. If you do it unexpectedly, everyone agrees upon it, that's different. It's like, okay, this is a pack, blood pack kind of situation. But yeah, just sprint it on somebody, that's like, yeah, that's it's quite rude.
In hindsight, I definitely should have gave a bit of a warning.
Yeah.
However, this is.
Tara's going to give you just like the most like
I wasn't
disappointed look in the world. I expected better of you.
That being said, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Put nicely. I mean this in the best way possible. Snakebite just doesn't pay much attention to Tara's theatrics. He goes, again, it was a precaution. I recognize I should have gave some sort of prelude beforehand.
Oh, don't mistake my words, Snakebite. This is Ada speaking. I'm quite proud of you. You have shown yourself to be quite a capable individual.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm not sure by the connotation of that, but thanks,
If I may
guess.
recontextualize Snakebite, Zone of Truth is a maneuver used in interrogations, not conversations.
Oop.
Oh, she even rhymed it. That makes it sound even more accurate.
That was very unintentional.
Technically speaking, that is a lesson, Tara.
Yes, but it didn't take 15 hours.
Sure as hell feels like it.
I don't recall the arcane threads having the ability to weave Zone of Truth. Could be wrong.
No, that is no, it is a spell for divine casters like myself.
Precisely. So unless you decide to dip into divine threads, it's
I mean, I'd be more than willing to teach you a few things.
Here's the thing.
Take up the oath of a paladin. It's no easy feat, but I'm sure Tara has quite the presence. I'm sure she could handle it. Just need to build those wizard muscles up a little. I'm sure you can handle it.
It's not the holy part I have the problem with so much as the warrior part.
Oh, come on. Anyone can be an athlete. Just put the work in.
That's strictly not.
He flexes a little.
I'm gonna put both of the messages in chat just so that everyone.
All right.
I'm gonna put it in the note, like in the Waterdeep notes, just so that you guys can.
So, all right. Once I've led everybody up to the personal floors, I believe it's like the second floor.
Yep, you're on the second floor. You can almost hear the dead silence from below.
And what was the other secret message? I don't think we got to that part.
He's pooling everything at the moment.
You can hear them silently swearing at each other. It's amazingly loud despite the lack of words.
That is called tension.
Or telepathy.
I doubt either of them are telepaths.
Given the recent activity in this city,
there you go. It goes.
Given the recent activity in this city, I'm not discounting that.
Yeah, and the order is the letters, and then the letters associated with them are in the same order. So the letter and the message go together, and then yeah. So there you go. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so once I've correlated everyone up here, Celeste will start. All right. So we have the Harpers, potentially somebody else who knows we have something. I think on the knowledge of the gems we possess have leaked at some point.
What's the exact phrasing of the messages that you
Mostly.
interpreted?
The one that I had found that said the War of the Hells is brewing strong. Like-minded warriors and mortal. Please, I call upon ye aid in the fight. So
It's supposed to be mortals, by the
this-
way. Warriors of the mortals.
yeah, I stumbled up my words.
No, I realized I made a mistake there.
Beware. The
Oh.
second one. The second one is beware others may lead to the downfall of man if they get their hands on what you have acquired.
At this point, we don't know who is telling the truth. They're both saying on a downfall. One is calling for aid, and the other one is a warning
It
that somebody
also
might try
Sorry.
to get what we have.
it also doesn't actually indicate that they know what we have.
No.
It implies it, but it's by no means revealed. Which
Yeah, it is.
means
That might be intentional.
they could have heard nothing more than that we recovered something, and are hoping that if they leverage the knowledge that we found something well enough, that we may perhaps reveal what it was that we discovered.
Alternatively, it is possible that they know, and they were careful to not be too specific in case someone intercepted their letter first and cracked their code.
That's
Either
entirely-
way, either way, this is the, shall we say, precipice into a tangled web of subtlety, subterfuge, and potentially even subversion.
Yeah. I mean, the
Nice.
first letter was really easy to read. I could read it like I was reading common. The second one was more encoded.
That makes sense if the penners of these letters are the Lord and Lady themselves. Is if Ursus is the descendant of the paladin in
paladin.
the house, then he would most likely take on a warrior profession. But the fact he was able to have whatever tongue you used to decipher, I believe he called it thieves' cat?
It's a language we use among thieves to kind of just.
I've recognized it still eludes me.
Yeah.
It's definitely a language that eludes me. So that would make sense, but that would also mean he would have a roguish individual in his employ. And if Lady Lynx is the penner of this letter, she is among the rogues, so she knows their language.
Yes, which it makes it understandable that Lady Lynx's message was more encoded than Sir. How do I pronounce that?
Ursus.
Ursus.
Ursus. It would make sense that Lady Lynx's message is more encoded than Sir Ursus, mainly because he probably had somebody who either knew thieves can't write it for him, while Lady Lynx herself is a rogue and most likely speaks thieves can't, which we kind of use it to communicate to other thieves and everything like that.
Here's a question on a potentially needless detail. Does thieves' cant often use ye as a word to infer others?
It can.
Oh, I want to be pedantic.
Usually-
So bad.
Usually when it says yeet home.
I said I want to be pedantic so bad right now.
Go ahead, be
Then be
pedantic.
pedantic.
Pedantic. It fits what your character would do. Do it.
Because maybe it's
Actually,
there purposely. There.
Celeste, not to rain on your parade, but you're actually misreading that character. I know it looks like the character they adopted to be a Y in common, But when it's used in that context, it's actually a TH sound. That's just D.
Ah, I have lost that in my lessons of common. Thank you for re-educating me.
You're fine.
Celeste will say genuinely, she is open to learn and relearn.
It's all common is.
To be fair,
Okay.
old-timey language sucks, but occasionally I like to throw it in there.
It is exceedingly
Yes, it
rare that
does.
someone is able. It is exceedingly rare that
We
someone
are
is able to
thankful
catch
Whistle is not
Celeste
here.
on-
We are
Whistle would be shrieking.
Yeah, it's like well, Celeste in character will say, "We are lucky Whistle's not here to go on another
Alright.
tirade."
We're getting close to wrap-up time, so continue on, but just keep in mind that we are getting close to the
This will be the last conversation of the night.
Yeah.
next session is going to the
Regardless,
houses.
So if rogues commonly use old-timey language, we don't have anything to assume that this is some elaborate fabrication.
No.
But Lady Lynx's letter is more genuine. It was her
Yes.
penmanship and her skills used to encode the letter.
Yes, and it's harder. It was harder to read than Sir Uranus in the sense of his. I can glance down and immediately read. Hers would have taken a lot more brain power.
You're welcome for that.
I
Thank you.
didn't
I
note
really
this,
appreciate it, Celeste.
but each of the sigil, like each of the letters, were sealed by a wax seal, unbroken.
Oh, that's good to know.
No one else has gotten to these letters.
Yeah, I thought when I said the sealed envelope, but I should make it
just
very
assumed.
clear that that was a detail that
Yeah.
it seems poignant.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, not to point out the obvious, but there's no time limit on either of these invitations. Is there any reason we couldn't visit both?
There's not, and as far as we're aware, there is no time limit. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be lax. If this is indeed linked to, shall we say, Lum's accomplishments, or maybe perhaps an infernal incursion in general, this city does not need more drama. I will put that bluntly.
I want you to make me a history roll to see if you can, during this moment, glean more information about the Infernal Machine, because it's really relevant to the conversation.
Alright.
There, Celeste.
Do I want to use a charge of the Sage Flower?
If you have a higher modifier, like Arcana or Religion also can work here. I just instinctively am saying history.
Do I trust the D20?
Well, I mean, we can at the very least ensure you get an 11.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll roll religion. Do you want to bump that up by +2?
Oh, +1, but it would put you to 20.
Yeah, if with guidance, you can roll guidance.
I don't have guidance.
Oh, right. Guidance is different anyways. Sorry.
I can give her the card and give her an 11 instead of a 10.
Oh, 19 is close enough. You do
okay.
know that the rumors of the Infernal Machine is that this strange device was once thought to have been built by the gods long forgotten and survived eons in their passing. It's incredibly ancient and crafted by means unlike anything known today. You do know that at some point, Lum the Mad seems to have gotten their hands on it. You don't know the correlation if that he built it, he discovered it, or any of that. You don't get that with this roll. But you are aware that this machine is that ancient. And the key point that recall, crafted by the gods, is what is poignant.
Yeah. You know, there's something I haven't done yet. That could potentially be very dangerous, but give us another clue.
Oh.
I wish to identify our gems.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you have an arcane study, right? If you
that-
wish for the identification ritual, I believe
well,
they can
it's
take
not
care of
mine
that.
in the first place, but we do have an arcane study available to us. It's just when it comes to identifying items of deities, direct deities, there is usually a price to be paid for gaining such knowledge. It is immediate, and it is mind-crushing.
Fair enough. I mean, are you certain your constitution is strong enough to be able to handle such a price?
It would not be, but it would give us a vital hint to see if these items are attached to the grand machine in the first place.
Is it a matter of endurance?
It is a matter of withstanding the influx of knowledge gained from peering into the god's realm.
Yes.
All right, we're ending this with a identify on the gems.
I'm going to be. First, I would like to. Actually, I can't switch out my spells for the day.
No.
I'm going to. I would have dropped Detect Evil and Good for. And I'm going to cast Bless on Celeste.
Okay.
How long does Bless last?
A minute.
It lasts
So
9
I'm gonna
minutes.
say that you cast this right after their cast and identify. If this is
Yeah, because I gotta ritually cast this.
yeah.
Fair identifier for today.
Should I ritually cast on the other one?
So you bless. So Snakebite's blessing both of you as you take
Yep.
both gems.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh boy.
I would be blessing both of you. Should there a saving throw have to come up?
Wait, we have 2 pearls?
Uh,
I thought we had one we play hot potato with.
somebody got. There was 2 pearls at one point. No, yeah, because Tara has her own pearl. It was hot
Yeah,
potato
Tara-
before.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I
So-
keep forgetting that detail.
Okay, so you both do identify on them, and then you've seen identify enough times. You cast bless right as you know they're about to end their chant. You both get that D4s. I need both of you to make me Arcana checks.
Okay.
And just to reconfirm, Bless does not work on ability checks, does it?
No, it's attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Can Ada help with this?
You hear in your head, don't do this. But you go through it anyways, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Ada's just,
Do
you
it.
don't hear Ada, you think Ada, you don't even feel Ada in your coat.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, do I have anything to help me with this? I'm reviewing my options.
Okay, 23. Okay. Now you can make your intelligence save and throw. The DC has been altered due to that check.
Is this against being charmed by chance?
No. This is truly not.
You've got the D4 for Bless.
I would figured I'd ask.
Tara, I need you to make me a charisma save and throw, because that's your spell modifier.
Hey.
19!
19. You
It's
only lose
still
half of your spell slots for the day.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
round it up or down?
Round it up.
Oh, fuck.
Tara,
And,
you feel as all of a sudden all of your magic be sapped away. You hear the scoff sound of a fairy-tiled old man come from in your head. The sound, well, I guess it's not old man, old lady, because Ada's female. I assume Ada's is it. You hear Ada basically make an old person scoff as all of a sudden you feel the magic almost escape you and just get pulled back. You get one. Never again. Please respect my request next time.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't lose
And,
any of your
for this-
slots. And I
Hey!
want to be really urgent. You feel not only that those spell slots are gone for the day, you don't feel like you can recover them at all by any means during this day. Like you are
Yikes.
tapped. Your circle, you feel like you've lost that connection temporarily. You
Jesus.
identifying these powerful gems have a black glass wave so intense that your connection to the circles themselves have been affected. You do glean that these gems, whatever these are, at this given time, are connected to something. But whatever it is, there was that backlash.
So, when you were describing a cutoff from the circles, was that specifically for Tara, or was that for the both of
For
us?
you, because he made it, like, barely.
Jesus.
I only lost half my spells.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you rolled high on your Arcana check, which allowed you to basically counteract it, and then you rolled high enough on the DC to not be a complete detriment. It was like a
I
two-parter.
actually made the DC 25 save.
And for I don't think I described this yet for darkness for Snakebites Blast.
Well,
This is very
Snakebite, I now
backbreaking.
need you to make
Sorry.
me a charisma save and throw, because you're connected to them thanks to the blast.
Oh, you're right.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Can I have retroactively given myself a blast too?
You get to pick 3 targets, so I'll assume that you at least like somebody's got to.
Good luck, buddy.
Alrighty. It's alright.
You don't get
We'll
the
be fine.
Arcana roll. You're just this is the
Fuck,
backlash.
natural one.
Oh,
Whoa.
You,
fuck.
unfortunately, for the given moment, you feel not only all your
That's a
spell
12.
slots gone.
That's a 12.
Yeah, I know. You feel all your. This is high power magic, okay?
Shit.
You not only feel your circles connection to circles gone, but you also don't feel like any of your paladinhood gifts are currently active either.
What, like no channel divinities? Like I don't have my channel divinities.
Gone.
No subclasses. No nothing.
Well, like temporarily, they're like you in this immediate backlash. You feel the connection just feel tampered with.
I have no spell.
yeah, it's
So
like the door.
are
It's
they
like a door smash.
expended or are they just not?
They're
or do I just
expended.
Not...
They're expended.
Okay.
You don't know if you do the short rest for the Channel of Divinity, you get one back. You don't know if that works, but at the moment, everything got expended, as if you just cast all of
Lay
that
on
at
hands,
once.
everything.
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 Yeah, good thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like
I know this is a
to
hefty
describe
punishment,
this-
but it's just
it
very
is a
powerful
hefty
magic.
Punishment. For context, it's like you see like darkness, you would see like little tongues of flame sort of begin to like flicker above myself, Celeste's and Tara's head, and then immediately afterwards, you see him just immediately just reel back and like clutching his chest as he like falls onto his hands and knees as if he's just absolutely exhausted for some reason.
Yeah. Celeste
One.
will respond where she will it will be the spark of knowledge, and then she will feel the wave come over her, but she will twist and turn the magic in a very measured way to sort of redirect it so she does not suffer the entire backlash.
Tara, the deception check was for Tara to play off exactly how intense it was.
You're able to
Tara-
pay off a little bit. It's not some bleed, but not fully.
Yeah. Tara is going to take a moment and she starts fanning herself a little bit and just like, oh my.
That is what I was warning.
Messing with chrono magic.
Messing with high level magic.
Yeah.
So what have we learned?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know. Could have been worse.
That these things are indeed of the gods.
Do they have to booby trap everything?
No.
I will say, by doing that spell, it's less of a booby trap and just the sheer aspect of trying to use a low level circle spell to interact with a high potent
The
object.
player understands that.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Terra
like,
feels
Yeah,
it's a
okay,
booby trap.
Snakebite is just
Fair enough.
absolutely baffled right now. It's like baffled. He's suddenly really tired.
Again,
What the fuck was that?
glancing into the god's domain.
Wait, why is
Evidently, it
Snakebite
seems
bothered? He
they
didn't do
decided to
anything.
slap back. Evidently, God's got hands, apparently.
And but you weren't analyzing the spell.
No, but I had used I guess my blessing was enough of a connection for it to start trying to hit me too.
Oh, seems.
I have nothing available to me.
Important question. How old was Celeste?
Oh
Oh no.
God.
5.5 centuries.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
No.
Okay. Odd. You feel like you are a bit younger, more youthful.
Really?
Snakebite.
Oh,
Roll me a
shoot.
D100.
Oh boy. Oh God, 26.
Even. You feel your scales are a little bit heavier on yourself. You feel a bit older.
Alright. I feel like for context, Snakebite is 28 at this point.
I'm keeping it the age very arbitrary because everyone's age scales are different. But you basically aged older or younger.
Yeah.
Terra looks between Snakebite and Celeste. Did you eat some of his vitality?
I hope to the
Did
gods
you?
not.
Did you give it back?
I
I
don't know
feel
how,
older.
Snakebite.
I feel like you give it back.
Oi, you little shit!
Tara, you don't feel any effects happen, you know?
Sweet.
I'm just kind of watching all this shit go down, I guess. What the heck?
Oh
Is this-
yeah,
is this
fucking
what it
around
means
and
to be
finding out's
old?
so fun.
Look, I warned us.
Mm,
He just starts shaking Tara. Give me my youth back.
I did. It wasn't.
Not Tara. I mean Celeste. Sorry. I misspoke. Too many names.
Alright.
Give it
With
give it
that to
back.
note, I think that's a
Really,
perfect wrap up
Celeste,
point.
It
Have
might revert with
centuries.
some time.
Really, Celeste, you have centuries. Give the boy back his decade.
I would if I could. Do I look like a necromancer?
I mean,
mm.
It wouldn't surprise me if you were, to be honest. Take that the best way possible.
Hmm.
Take that the best way possible. Alright.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Considering the bombshells you've dropped on us, it wouldn't surprise me if you knew a thing or two.
I'm
Oh
evoker,
boy.
pure and
I
simple.
wasn't sure how that was gonna go, but
Oh God.
I did not expect that, but you know.
Again, I was basing off our warnings for when, like, Kara tried to identify the fucking god bow in the Tyranny game.
Yeah,
Uh,
things can get messy.
We fucking.
I figured it was just I figured it was just a bunch of psychic damage. I didn't think we'd be like.
Would you
aged
prefer
differently.
would you rather do the psychic damage? That would be 10d12s of damage?
Likely be mortal.
ooh, let's. I want to see. I want to see how Snakebite would have done.
I do. I am a little curious to see how much damage we would have taken.
70 damage.
Oh yeah, so.
Oh!
That would have been
Something-
mortal for me.
Dang it! Did you pass your save?
Even then.
Well, mortal for
70
you,
half
mortal for Snake.
35.
Yeah, so that was lovely
had
Celeste
to have
with
taken
the
44.
pass.
So let's pass. So, okay, so you'd have been down. You wouldn't have been dead. Huh? What's happening? I would be dead if that was me.
You must understand. I have 22 HP.
This is like you're
Even
dealing with
half-
10th circle plus kind of magic here, buddy.
What the
I dodged it.